Again, everybody, and welcome inside Cable Dahmer Arena. Tonight, the Kansas City Comets run with their I-70 rivals, the St. Louis Ambush. Alongside my partner, Eric Bergrud, I'm Nick Vassos. The Comets are coming off a very tough loss last night in Milwaukee. Comets trailed in that game, as you know, Eric, but they came all the way back to tie the match at 7, only to lose it in the final minute of the game. They fall 9-7. Frustrating loss.
Well, there's some good news. They were down 6-1, and they battled their way back. I don't know if you saw this in the Twitch chat, but I was sending you elephant emojis. Remember that?
Take a little bite of the elephant, one at a time.
And they did it, and then unfortunately they couldn't hold on that last minute, gave up a goal, and then gave up a goal with a 6 attacker, and it was 9-7. A lot to be thankful for. Lucas Sosa had a hat trick. James Togbo was terrific, 2 goals, so they can build off that heading into this big rivalry game against St. Louis.
Yeah, and John Sosa continues his good play from the back line as well. Hey, let's talk about the Comets, who have been without a lot of players. They're going to get a big piece back tonight.
The big guy, number 26, Ryan Marks. He says he's going to play. We expect him to play. Don't expect 4 goals a game yet. He's been working out with the team. He's coming off of injury, but you can tell the Comets been missing production at that target position. Just getting him on the field is going to make a huge difference.
All right, let's talk about one of Eric's favorite topics, and it is
goalkeeping.
Let's begin with St. Louis.
Well, we didn't see him last time here.
Yeah.
Opening weekend, Kansas City went to St. Louis, and Paulo was terrific, stoned the Comets, came here, did an interview with me, and didn't play. Mark Baker played instead. We expect to see Paulo 4 quarters. What's interesting, and he told me when I interviewed him, is he expects to get a little bit more in the offense. We'll see if we see him in the offense here at Cable Dahmer Arena tonight.
Now for Kansas City, it's Nicolau Neto. He's been pretty steady so far this season.
He has been. It was a tough game last night, but there were a lot of defensive, let's call them challenges, opportunities to pass all around the team. But he has been solid. He makes a lot of saves. He gets down fast. He's looking to get the team going. And he considers Paulo a mentor. I expect this to be a great goalkeeping battle tonight.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Kansas City and St. Louis on the way next.
Introducing Domino's new leftovers. It's the same delicious pizza you expect from Domino's, but instead of eating it all tonight, you save some for tomorrow. Sure, it's hot and melty and really delicious, but resist the temptation and you have Domino's leftovers. Domino's leftovers are delicious straight from the toaster oven. They're delicious straight from the skillet.
Who reheats cold pizza?
Right now, you can try Domino's leftovers yourself when you get 2 medium 2-topping pizzas for $6.99 each. Enjoy one tonight, love one tomorrow.
This is your home field. This is your playbook. This is your locker room speech. This is your end zone dance. And with unbelievable resources that serve our community beyond banking, this is your biggest fan. Community America Credit Union. Believe in unbelievable.
Skip the waiting room. With Cable Dahmer Connect, powered by Lyft, we'll come to you. We will pick up your vehicle at your home or office and drop it off once the work is complete. Simply schedule your appointment online at cabledahmer.com to get started.
Please welcome the Hawthorne Hill Elementary School Choir.
Twilight's last gleam.
Nice job from Hawthorne Elementary School with our national anthem, and welcome into the Major Arena Soccer League. Alongside Eric Bergrud, I'm Nick Vassos and our entire Cable Dahmer Arena crew. Eric, it is the Kansas City Comets and St. Louis Ambush once again they'll meet overall 6 times this season, and this will be the 3rd meeting between these two teams. Let's talk a little bit about some players that are here and not here, and let's start first with the Comets. One of the defenders who's listed on the injury list is not injured at all. In fact, he's watching on a television from somewhere. Tell us about this.
Hey, Schmerminator, we wish you good luck. Expecting a baby. Family always comes first.
Yep.
And technically listed on paternity leave, I think it said on the injury report.
Yeah.
Wish you all the best and your family the best, Richard Schmerman.
All right. Enjoy the broadcast, Richard. Also for Kansas City, Ray Lee, his ankle still not quite ready to go, so Ray will be out of the lineup. And then also, yesterday, Lesiet Tetsane tried to get going yesterday in Milwaukee, but was unable to. So he's got a hip flexor. He thinks he'll be back next week. And of course, the usual because of visa: Benji, Chris Jr., and Milos. We may have some resolution on that in the next coming weeks.
Maybe. And one plus, we talked early on, Rion Marks.
He's back.
See him back. We'll see how many shifts he gets.
Yeah.
You would like to see him ease back in rather than thrown back in. And then St. Louis has its own challenges. Visa issues for Niamsi and Kojakov. Mijatovic serving a 1-game suspension. He had the game winner last weekend at home against Baltimore, and so that's a big loss for them. But as I always say, Nick, everybody has injuries.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody has players out, and you have to work your way through it.
I know Comets fans also were hoping that Kevin Ellis was going to be in the lineup so that they could scream and yell at him, but unfortunately, last weekend suffered a bit of a knee strain. They're still checking it out, so he's just as a precaution, he's going to sit out of tonight's game. He's here in the building, but Kevin Ellis will not play for St. Louis tonight.
So there you have it. but this is starting to get into the time of the year where people get nicked, and it's an opportunity. If you haven't been getting a lot of playing time, get some playing time.
Yep. So the Comets, 2 wins, 2 losses, and 1 overtime loss. St. Louis comes in with a 2-2 record. There's the head coach, Leo Gibson, the legend. He is dressed and he is ready to play with so many Comets players out of the lineup, including Tetsane and Ray Lee, as well as Richard Sherman. That back line's a little bit empty for the Comets, so we'll see how the Comets handle that.
So I'm going to jump in where I'm supposed to say hello to everybody on 38 The Spot. Hello to everyone on Twitch. We're proud to welcome you to MASL Soccer on Twitch. Send us a message in the chat. We might read it live on air during tonight's broadcast. Just like Robert Palmer, who wrote in and said, who's going to be the hero? Goalkeeping in Eric's voice. Great to hear from you, Berto.
No kidding. And our officials, referees for tonight, are the veteran in his 35th year, Ron Corey. He will be running alongside Joseph Mocht. The assistant referee is Nathan Cooling. Here's a shot by Togba, almost off the line, and a quick goal by Kansas City. And it is Mike De Silva who pounces on the rebound, and the Comets, just seconds into the game, are leading 1-0.
What a weekend already for Mike De Silva, and almost in the same place. He just sort of is hanging out in the back post, and the ball comes to him. So Togba, we've been calling his name all year. Battle with Eska, you knew that was going to happen. Unfortunate bounce for Guernsey. Paulo made the save. One more time looking at Togba. He's going to take a shot, no fear. Guernsey tries to clear it. Mike De Silva's on the back post. Sometimes, what do they call those, poacher goals?
Absolutely.
They're in the right place and the right time. Comets up early, 1-0.
Big Mike De Silva, his 2nd goal of the season. Chatting with assistant coach Stefan Stokic. Let me finish up with the officials. Assistant referee Nathan Colling. 4th official is Kyle Armstrong. And in the penalty box is Drew Klemp. St. Louis with the ball, driven in there by Caritas. And it's picked up there by Neto.
A lot of fans in the chat. Great to hear from Josie2 Hutchins saying, watching from Texas. Love you guys. Thanks so much. And Rick and NDA Dream, I hope Grandma's cookies stay safe. We cannot guarantee that Grandma's cookies will stay safe in either goal.
There's James Togba. He has 5 goals on the season. James has had a good start to this MASL campaign.
For me, MVP of the team so far, no doubt. Lucas Sosa is getting hot, but James Togba has been consistent every game.
Really picking up the team with so many absences. Comets in their last third. Sandovari kicks it out towards the half line. It's held in by St. Louis.
And last night, both ways.
For sure.
Got into a foot race with Ian Bennett on a breakaway.
Barry
And,
looking for Carvalho in the box. Duduka, and Neto's able to pounce on it. Yeah, Comets with a dramatic comeback last night. They were all but forgotten, trailing 6-1. Here's a pass over to McDonald. McDonald can't handle it. St. Louis kicks it away. They pick it up on the half line, and here comes the ambush, but poked away by the Comets. Yeah, the Comets came all the way back to tie it at 7 in Milwaukee. A real valiant effort, and it says a lot about the effort from the players who were out there last night in Milwaukee and then had to make the trip back home last night in order to play tonight. So we'll see how the legs are going to feel in the third and fourth quarter.
Well, and the thing is, St. Louis didn't play, which helped them, but they had to drive across state, so a little bit of a equalizer or neutralizer there. Spoke with Comet the dog before the game.
Oh, what do you have to say?
He said, watch out for all those mascots in the chat and tell them, hey. So we've already seen from Stryker, the Empire mascot is in the chat.
Yeah.
So to say, hey, he loves watching us too.
Is Bushwhacker able to type with those big paws of his?
I haven't seen Bushwhacker yet, but we'll see if he shows up.
All right.
He made an appearance during last night's Milwaukee Kansas City game. I don't know how they do it.
I have a hard time. Down to Big Mike DeSilva. Away from the goal to Lucas Sousa. What a game last night from Lucas. And he likes that left side there. That one just above the crossbar, hops out of bounds. St. Louis will have it. 12-19 left in this opening quarter, and the Comets leading 1-0.
Want to see a game live? Visit Sports Illustrated Tickets for the best tickets to see the MASL action in your favorite arenas.
Togba picks off the pass from the referee's crease, goes across the field looking for DeSilva. On back to O'Dane Sinclair, right up Main Street to Palmer. Touched over to Togba. Togba marked by Greg Kranz.
And who's making a run? Rion Marks. He wants the ball on his left side.
See if they can find the big fella in the target. Yep, they're looking for him, and they've got him. It rolls under his foot, chases it into the corner. Christian Briggs kicks it away. Comet's trying to hold it down. Comet player goes down, no whistle. Here comes the ambush. Eske plays it forward, on up to Curtis Kirby. He's one of the newcomers. Here's Duduka in the right wing corner. He draws a crowd on the boards. Nacho's over there. Now Rion has got it. Marks down to Sosa, and then over to Togba. High pressure from St. Louis, trying to win the ball back. Almeida able to touch it over to a teammate. Alex Adola's there, back off his seat and running the other way. Comets will set up their offense here with just a little over 11 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Here live at Cable Dahmer Arena.
We're seeing a lot of Leo, aren't we?
Yeah, early, which is... And they're going to look for him again here in the corner. Leo goes off the boards looking for Sodal. Was running, couldn't find the right lane. Comets hold it in. Nacho's pass off the mark, taken back by St. Louis. That was Eske. The ambush, 3 of their top scorers from a season ago are not in the lineup tonight. Remember, J.T. Thomas, he suffered an Achilles injury, and of course, he's not available, and they probably won't be for the season.
Well, and then Yahic and Kevin Ellis.
For
and
sure.
Yeah. App Card Wallet Quintas has everything you need to manage your money your way. Visit Quintas.com today to learn more.
Neto calling for a teammate. Instead, we'll play it over to Sosa. Forward to Lalo. Lalo battling Barry on the boards. Lalo gets free. Into the middle. Shot. Save! Paulo. DeSilva trying to make a bid for number 2. Good play there by the Comets, and a good save there by Paulo.
Goalkeeping, and it's been terrific across the league so far this year.
Lalo chases Barry into the corner. Barry will let it roll into Paulo.
And every game we've called, every game we've seen, Nick, the goalkeeping playing against the Comets has been superb. We've seen it with Paulo. We saw it with Mark Baker when he was here. Willie B, Pollo, you name it. Everybody's playing terrific this year.
Neto volleys it back towards the half line. McDonald trying to pick up the rebound. It eventually falls back at his feet. He'll touch it over to Sandovari. Sandovari looking for Ramon Palmer down the left side. Palmer settles it. Thought about taking a shot. Instead plays it away from the goal to Sinclair. Back to Palmer. Deflected over to Souza. Souza with 3 goals and 2 assists last night. Off the boards. Paulo got a touch. St. Louis will clear it away. Comets will hold it in.
We saw O'Dane Sinclair playing at the Target to start the year. And once Leo Gibson got in the lineup, we saw O'Dane Sinclair drop to the back line.
Rion Marks back into the game. We'll look for him, number 26. Lots of good things are expected from him this year. Marks, he's got his defender at his back. Comets are trying to find a way, an alley, a lane to get it to him. Souza down to Sosa. Sosa deep inside the last third, centers it. He was looking for Marks, broken up by the ambush. Now the Comets work to get it back, and they do. Souza into Marquez. Correction, Marks. I'm going to make that mistake a few times. Remember, fans, we called him Marquez last year. His name is Rion Marks. Sometimes those Brazilian pronunciations happen 2 different ways. Once in the America, you pronounce a different way in America, and then you pronounce it differently in Brazil.
Comets did something great this year. They put a microphone in front of her, a cell phone in front of every player, and said, say your name. So we got all the pronunciations the way they wanted them read.
Yep. And that matters to me. It matters to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Here's Nacho. On back to Neto. He's calling for Sosa. Come back there with him. Just under 8 to play in the first. 1-0 Comets.
Rick in the chat writes, man, refs are letting them play. You know, Ron Corey can tell you stories about letting him play. I think that's sort of his style. So he's been around for a long time. Mm-hmm. Told us on the field before the game he was an assistant referee back in the 1989 season. Got his first game on the field in 1991. Wow. At Dallas.
Spent some time talking about some of the NPSL days and some of the greats that were in that league back then. Of course, Marinero and Carriage came up. Gibson's got 2 defenders in front of him. Comes away with the ball. He shoots just wide to the right. Loose ball picked up by Lalo. He fires it in there, and that one is blocked by Marcel Berry of the ambush.
Well, imagine your first game down in Dallas, and you know Tattoo's going to be there. Must have been a pretty awesome feeling and experience for a young referee.
Yeah.
And again, he's seen it all those 3+ decades.
Running with Ron on the blue turf tonight is Joseph Mocht. That's the pair of referees we have here tonight. Corey, of course, the crew chief. And the ambush with the ball. Down to Eske. Look out for Eske. Into the box to Deduca. Collides with Sinclair. And the Comets able to get it away. Look for Eske and Deduca to be the primary threats on offense tonight.
Hey, Nick, 413 says, they actually watching us chat. I am when I'm not watching the game. So, yeah, I just saw you chat.
Yep. From the right side, a block by Sosa. John has had a great start to the year. He's been he's among the league leaders in points. He's got 2 goals and 8 assists. Also, lots and lots of blocks. So he's playing well at both ends. And
They thought about it. They called it.
They called it. 2 minutes against St. Louis.
And I think it's because Sosa was heading down the field. Yep, tripping.
All right, we'll set up the power play when we get back. There's 5:56 left to play in the opening quarter. Comets will go on the power play. We'll be right back on 38 The Spot.
Domino's delivery vehicles are going electric. With over 100 EVs on the road today and hundreds more to come, it's good for...
Select Physical Therapy is focused on patient safety now more than ever before. Select's centers remain open and offer a safe environment for you to receive physical therapy services. You don't need a doctor's referral to begin care and start feeling better today. Select Physical Therapy also offers telerehab, so you can easily connect with a licensed therapist through web-based technology that is HIPAA compliant, right from the comfort of your home. Visit selectphysicaltherapy.com to schedule an appointment. Select Physical Therapy, the power of physical therapy.
I'm attorney Mike DiPasquale. This is Kansas City. This is my town. I started a personal injury law firm here because I wanted to help people here. And that's what my team and I do every single day. If you're hurt in Kansas City, I've got this.
Eric Bergrud, Nick Vassos, live on 38 The Spot and Twitch. There's our crew chief tonight, Mr. Ron Corey, in his 35th year of officiating Major Arena Soccer League action. So the Comets on the power play have had a bit of a challenge this year on special teams for the Comets.
Looked a little bit better at the end of yesterday's game, but yeah, it's been a struggle.
We'll see how they do here. They've got out there on the power play team, it is Sosa, De Silva, Gibson, Togba, and Souza. Here is Togba down to Lucas Souza off the boards in the box. Here's Gibson, one-touch shoots. Save is made by Paulo.
He makes it look easy, doesn't he?
Very easy. One of the most acrobatic keepers in the league. Another save again by Paulo.
Well, no Rion yet, so not all the pieces that you would expect in place yet, but most of the pieces are there. Sosa definitely at the point, and Togba's been great out wide.
Here's Togba, Sosa, Leo with a little bit of space. Now over to Togba, it rolls under his foot, but he gets it right back and plays it back to Sosa. 1 minute left on the power play. Now front and center, Sosa. Here's a drive by Leo, that one wide. Rebound shot deflected wide. Now Togba tries to drive it off the boards, and Eske is there to clear it away.
Eske, one of the best at shorthanded goals in the league, and so that battle between Eske and Togba, both of them have speed to burn.
Leo fires a shot in there, and that one wide left. Now Souza off the boards. He gets it right back. He shoots again, and that one falls back down on the blue turf. The example of just how well Lucas is with both feet. Here's De Silva down to the corner. He hit that game winner in overtime with his right foot, and he's just as dangerous with his left. Here's Leo.
Had some great goals with his left last night.
Right side Sosa, thought about it.
Got to be careful, somebody coming out of the box right now.
That's right, here is Leo. Pepe comes out of the box.
Good penalty kill there for the ambush.
De Silva will go off. Ramon Palmer comes in for him. Probably get some changes for the Comets. Lucas Souza goes off. Alex Odal comes on. Leo's got the ball in the corner. Waiting for help. Leo. Hold on.
Too many men?
Too many men, maybe.
Yep.
Yep.
We've got a blue card on the field.
Boy, back-to-back penalties here are going to be on St. Louis. And too many men on the field by St. Louis, so they're going to go on the power. They'll be down a man again. So two early mistakes here by St. Louis has given the Comets an opportunity, and the Comets will go back on the power play right away again.
We saw this happen in the last game, and I was on the field after the game because I was doing the post-game interview, and Leo Gibson was asking Rich Grady, what took you so long to call the too many men? Rich Grady said, we want to make sure we get it right. So we count, we want to make sure. And once again, Leo was putting his hands up like there's 6 guys out on the field.
That's a head coach, Jeff Locker. He's none too happy right now.
Yep. Want free mobile service for life? Download the Quintas app today and use promo code MASL.
It's Comets on their second power play. Let's see how they do this time. Here's Gibson from the yellow line. Sosa bangs it right into Eske. Rebounds all the way to Neto. Neto helps it over to Leo. Gibson. Instead, we'll go to Souza. Back to Leo. Leo shoots, and that one off Marcel Berry. Comets leading 1-0 here in the latter stages of the first quarter. Comets 9-7 loss last night up in Milwaukee. Souza to Leo, over the top to Togba, who tried to volley it, and Paulo jumps up into the air to corral it. 1 minute on the power play. Souza will break it up, touch it to Togba. Togba plays it back to Sosa. The Comets will set up their power play once again. Into De Silva, back to John Sosa. Left side, Leo. Lucas with a touch. Back to Leo, now the corner to Togba, hits it first time! And bangs it into the side netting. There he is again, James Togba with another goal.
Goal number 6. And he's sensitive about this. He can shoot with both feet too, just like Lucas Sosa. But as I said earlier, for me, the MVP of the team so far. What a year for James Togba. Leo, let's just go wide. First time. Cookie jars rattled there a little bit.
I don't know if they fell off the shelf there, but it was
We'll get another
close.
view of it. Nothing Paulo could do. 2-0 Comets.
Yeah, Togba, number 6. What a year for the native from Monrovia, Liberia, St. Country's Leo.
He takes his game seriously, he takes his fitness seriously, he takes everything seriously. He has fun, but he's definitely a role model for the younger players in this league and the younger fans watching at home and watching at Cable Dahmer Arena.
St. Louis back on the attack. Greg Kranz chases the ball to the far touchline. Kicked on back to Curtis Kirby. Kirby forward, looking for Tony Walls. Off the boards, shot, just wide. Loose ball out in front, Neto's got it.
And Neto maybe embellished that a little bit. Ron Corey's like, I'm not calling that, get up. He started 5-second, 4-second call there. It's like, all right, let's get going.
Sosa sends it down to the last third of St. Louis. Kick back up to the center circle, pinballing around. And McDonald, well, I better watch out. That was close to the boards there. Nick McDonald called for the foul.
A little two-handed push. Didn't push him into the boards, though, so
Overland Park
maybe escaped that.
1 minute remaining in the first quarter.
Last minute of the first quarter. Looking for Deduca in the corner. Deflected front out. Out front, and Sandovari with a touchdown to Silva, picks up the loose ball. Here's De Silva racing with Esque into the corner. De Silva and Esque, good defensive play to let it funnel into Paulo. And Deduca's back out with it. He hops over a defender, bangs it off the boards, and he was looking for Pepe streaking down the far post. Neto's got it.
Deduca's been really good this year. Good to see him playing again. Opportunity here for Lucas.
Lucas, a shot, save made by Paulo with 20 seconds left in the opening frame. Paulo off his line, kicks it around the boards. Comets going to try to hold it in. They got just 10 seconds left here. Sosa to Souza. Back to Sosa. Now Togba with just a few seconds left. Probably ought to do it here. The horn will sound. And that is it for the opening quarter. Comets bag 2. 1 power play, 1 full squad goal. We'll be right back after this. It's 2-0 Kansas City over St. Louis.
We're going to give you the price of admission off of the Zero pillow that's going to fit you.
I love that.
So just bring your ticket in, or your digital ticket, your paper ticket, whatever you got. When you go to the game, you can come in and we'll take the price of going to the game off of the pillow that fits. And these girls know the pillows are so good.
The official sleep specialist. The official sleep specialist of the St. Louis Ambush. And show us your shirt, Pat. Sleep rules, baby. Sleep rules.
This is your home field. This is your playbook. This is your locker room speech. This is your end zone dance. And with unbelievable resources that serve our community beyond banking, this is your biggest fan. Community America Credit Union. Believe in unbelievable.
MASL Monday is back with a familiar face. Join Alex Bosch-Javansky and special guests each week to recap the weekend's game and keep us up to date on all the latest news, and you will see Alex at halftime. Let's do some trivia.
Let's do it.
And last week I picked a Milwaukee/Kansas City question. Let's do a St. Louis/Kansas City question. On this week in 1993, the Wichita Wings drafted which future Kansas City and St. Louis indoor soccer star?
Ooh.
I think you know.
I do, but I'm not going to say it. You guys, if you want to hit us on the Twitch, let us know.
Yeah, see if you can get it on the Twitch. We'll call your name out. We will come back later in the broadcast with the answer. Played for both St. Louis and Kansas City. MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, standings, and in-depth features. Bookmark the page now so you don't miss a note. And I've kept this up so I can get score updates. And the administrator in the chat also has been posting updates. We had a final down in Florida. Another strong game for the Tropics. They're good. 9-3 win, Florida over UC FC. And early on, Baltimore 2, Harrisburg 1.
Okay. Eric will keep us up to date. There's Neto. Has a wry smile on his face. Keepers switch ends. Kansas City leading 2-0 as we get the second quarter underway. St. Louis now moving left to right. And with the ball is Greg Kranz. Down into the corner. Nobody home for St. Louis. Nacho tried to clear it. Bounds across the area. Sandovari looking up. And will play it long into the corner. Sam Guernsey kicks it back the other way.
Tony Walls seems to score a lot of goals at opportune times when he's playing against the Comets. Let's see if he gets on track here today.
Guernsey and DePaulo. To Esque. Now Pepe. They'll try the left wing corner. Barry trying to track down the loose ball. Comets come away with it. Sodal up to Rion Marks. He's chopped down by Pepe, and the Comets will have it.
Nice touch there by John Sosa. Made it look effortless. Little side of the foot pass to Sodal to get him moving. Marks gets fouled. Free kick Comets.
Trying to go over the top, looking for Nick McDonald. St. Louis breaks it up. And the Comets trying to win it back, but first a foul called on Nick McDonald, the Overland Park native.
In the chat last night, there was this little stream of people saying, who does Nick McDonald look like? And Lux St. Lou from the ambush said, Tom Petty. We're going to have her here in the third quarter, live in the press box, joining us for a few minutes. Lux St. Lou, we had a great chat with her before the game. She came over with the team across the state.
Long drive by St. Louis. Off the mark. Nacho bicycles it away. That got an ooh and an ah from the crowd here at Cable Dahmer Arena.
Saw his college teammate Lucas Sosa bike a goal yesterday. He's like, okay, I'll show you.
Cristo through the box. Greg Kranz cannot chase it down. Picked up by Eric Pereira, one of the newcomers for the ambush. Right side for SK. SK goes off the boards into the area, and Neto dives on top of it.
Oh, somebody got it right. Somebody got it wrong. I see answers in here. Jeff Robin is not right. Mark Santel is not right. But somebody definitely in the chat knows their indoor soccer trivia.
Here's Sosa on the restart. Bangs one in there. Rebound comes back to Togba.
Remember, it serves me, Jeff Robin played for the Buffalo Blizzard as well as the St. Louis Ambush.
Oh, here's a chance by Palmer. Oh, Palmer tried to stop and face and then was broken up by the ambush defense. Greg Kranz with a good defensive play there. Paulo kicks it away. Souza to Leo. Leo turns. Will go behind to Souza. And Souza moving to his left. The ambush account for all the Comet players, and so KC tries to reset their offense. Good defensive play there by Pereira. He steals the pass across the half line. Kicks it out to his left to Eske. Back to Pereira. Now Caritas with a shot, and that one is no good.
And Eske flies down the field, too. On that counterattack, he's gone. What a good pickup that was when they got him from Harrisburg during the, let's call it the COVID year.
Tagba, and, well, now it's taken away by Gibson, marked by Guernsey. Comets leading 2-0. It's the third of 6 meetings this season. Riyad Marks combs it back in, goes off the glass, header, shot, save! What a pretty play. Riyad Marks to Nacho, and an even greater save by Paulo. Here's Almeida back the other way. Rolling it, and he runs into 3 red jerseys. And Souza comes out with it. Souza by 1 player, but he couldn't get by 2 others tracking back. Gibson is there as well, and correction, that's Sinclair, and he's called for the foul.
He's like, look, what me? Yeah. Scotty Fellows in the chat, you got it right. We'll wait till we formally announce the correct answer to this evening's trivia question.
Barry couldn't handle the pass. Now a battle for it on the Comets logo to Silva, along with Christian Briggs, and it goes out of bounds off of Kansas City.
We'll do, so we'll have Lux St. Lou come in third quarter. We'll do some on this day in Kansas City indoor soccer history, including a 1999 Kansas City St. Louis on this day reference.
Ooh, okay.
You were there.
I was there.
You were there.
That was my second year with the team. Can't believe it has been all these years. Daduka moving to his right to Eske. Eske got a pair. Oh, he dribbles around 2 players. Now a shot. Neto with a nice kick save.
Would love to see Daduka shoot. I think he was being a little too selfless there.
Sodal sacrifices his body. That one climbed up into the rafter, stays in play. And Cristo is there on the Comet logo. He is a big, big body. Cristo and Nacho battling, and a foul called on Cristo.
Prototypical hometown player from St. Louis, Lou guy. Oh, somebody's drink got taken out. Ron Corey's going to grab it off the field.
That whole, by the way, there's 15 guys down there on the first row. It's Jim Jameis's birthday. Happy birthday, Jim Jameis. He is a season ticket holder and a huge Comets fan. It's also his birthday.
And his beer spill.
And he's got 15 of his buddies there. They came tonight in a limo, and they are having a ball.
That's awesome.
So somebody better head back to the bar there and get that gentleman a drink. He said to me, we're probably going to get kicked out. I said, don't do that. In the corner it goes. Oh, open chance. Cristo could not catch up with it. Bangs it off the boards, and Neto is able to pounce on the loose ball.
That's not even the best indoor soccer beer story I could tell. If we have a moment, I have a story to tell.
I do want to hear that.
Okay. John Sosa's been terrific this year, as you've said. And Ali Sodal's been getting a regular shift. Good to see him getting minutes.
I can see the Comets, if they get their players, everyone back, I can see the Comets perhaps being one of the stronger teams, at least in the Eastern Conference for sure.
And I don't know if you noticed this on the score sheet, Nick.
Palmer with a drive. Another acrobatic save by Paulo.
He's captain tonight. Ramon Palmer is. So he had been assistant captain. He is captain tonight, which is interesting. And I haven't heard anything to explain why, but he's year in, year out, consistent player for the Comets.
Restart for Kansas City in the corner. Sosa's there. Sosa bangs it right off the defender. It deflects right to Leo on the near side. Leo asking Togba to go through. It opens up the area. Here comes Leo.
Step over.
Off the boards, looking for somebody to run in the area. Nobody home for KC, and St. Louis has it. Pepe will kick it long towards the half line. Kansas City tracks back. The Comets will go for a couple changes. Nope, correction. Togba will stay on.
Not the ball that Leo wanted.
Paulo to Barry. Barry to Eske. 7:45 to play in the first half.
They have an opportunity here on the near side.
Shot by Guernsey off the boards. Eske was there but fanned on it. Barry trying to pick up the rebound. Comets trap it in the corner. Sinclair is there. Spins out. Dribbles in front of the goal. Gets it to Souza. And he kicks it out off the boards. Trying to get it to De Silva. Both give chase there in the center circle. It comes off to Sinclair.
Good pass.
What a pass. Nacho's got space. Nacho shoots! And Nacho bags another one for the Comets. It is 3-0. What a pretty goal by Nacho.
What a pretty pass by Odain Sinclair. Little nonchalant pass. Nacho's feeling it too. Look at that. Sort of back heel pass. Nacho waited for Paulo to commit. Count the goal. Again, from another angle. Beautiful pass from Sinclair. Waited for Paulo to come all the way to the edge of his box. 3-0.
All right, let's take a break. Comets extend their lead. 3-0 on a goal by Nacho. We'll be right back on 38 The Spot and Twitch.
So with a Planet Fitness Black Card, I'll get a post-workout glow like that guy?
Everybody knows that you need to glow, the glow, the glow.
And I get a free Amazon Halo to track my fitness and sleep.
Cause when you got the glow, there is no stopping what you want to do. Oh.
And with the Planet Fitness Black Card, I can bring a guest anytime. And I can work out at any Planet Fitness location. And even relax in the Black Card spa. That sounds great, but how can I get the most out of my membership? And I can sign up for zero enrollment. Doesn't sound like one. That's not what I'm hearing. Okay, sign me up.
Get the PF Black Card for zero enrollment, $24.99 a month, and get a free Amazon Halo View. Ends November 15th. It's
Welcome back to Cable Dome Arena. Comets lead 3-0. Beautiful back heel pass from Odain Sinclair. Found Nacho. Kind of casually chipped it over Paulo, who had committed. 3-0 Comets.
Nacho, his second goal of the season. And for Sinclair, that's his first point in the scoring column. That's his first assist. And the Comets lead 3-0.
Speaking of scoring, that goal by James Togba, he scored goals now in 5 games in a row. That's a serious streak.
He's answered the question that you and I have been asking since the beginning of the season, with so many players out because of injury and because of other issues. Who's going to step up? Where's the offense
going to come from? And it's been coming from the back line. And then Lucas Sosa last night with a hat trick.
Yeah.
So it's the defenders, it's the midfielders that have been stepping up, which is fine as long as it continues and Marks has time to get healthy.
Marks on over to Sandovari, and then kick back to the near side to Sinclair. Sinclair plays it back to Marks. Sinclair will go off, and Sosa will come back on. John Sosa with the ball to Lalo.
Lalo got a touch there.
Now Rian. Marks kicks it to the corner to Lalo.
If you remember last year, every team was marking Marks very tight, so guys have to run off Marks. When he holds the ball, somebody's going to make a run so he can pass it. Look to find Lalo there in the corner, and he wants the ball, Nick.
Yep, he's asking for it. Sodal's in the corner, goes off the boards, goes over the area. Sandovari meets it. He has Daduka on his back. He's able to dribble through another defender in Almeida and get it over to Palmer, now back to Sosa. And the Comets will set up their offense with under 6 to play in the second. Now into the target to Marks. Marks goes down, but he gets it to Palmer. Palmer shoots, and Paulo makes a brilliant save.
Goalkeeping.
Comets were close there. They were careful not to give up 2 minutes there. With
Lucas Sosa put his arms up. That's the universal, hey, I didn't do it, don't call me.
That's Sousa's first. 5.5 to play in the first half. Comets lead 3-0.
Good step over here by Togba. Slid over because he saw Barry making that run.
Joseph Mock does some dancing to avoid contact with the ball. Back to the corner to Barry. Barry quickly settles it. Gets it back to Pepe. Touchdown to Eske. Near side Guernsey. Front and center Kranz. He chips it to Daduka. Daduka volleys it a couple of times, and a shot and a save, and a rebound goes just above the crossbar. Oh, a great chance there by St. Louis. And Neto is shaken up just a little bit. Both teams play on.
St. Louis have had opportunities, Nick. Ball's just not bouncing the way they want it tonight.
Neto was hobbling in front of the goal as the Comets drive away. De Silva trying to go through 2 defenders.
He's looked good this weekend, Nick.
Yeah. De Silva will go off, and Gibson comes back on. So De Silva, Gibson, and Marks are all trading, and
Nacho's feeling it, huh?
Top shelf where Grandma keeps the cookies. Nacho bags a brace, and the Comets lead 4-0. Back-to-back goals by Nacho.
And the movement's great. Entry pass here from John Sosa to Lucas Sosa. Just a slight touch. Nacho made the run onto it. Bam! 4-0 Comets. One more look. Sosa, just a nice flick there from Lucas Sosa to his college teammate, professional teammate, Nacho. 2 goals for Nacho already. He's like, I'll sign those. And what's funny is their college coach is sitting, Ephraim Shimlis from Park University, is 3 rows behind their bench right now. So he's like, I taught these guys this. They all played together. The 2 of them and Mirko Sandovari were all on the same team in college.
That's that Park University pipeline the Comets have.
Man, I'm getting old because I called their games in college too, Nick. Someone in the chat's going to go, you're getting old?
Marks battling in the boards. There's Jim Jamison, the blue shirt right there. There's the birthday boy. He's chewing on Tony Walls. Oh, Tony Walls gave him the L. Oh my.
Just another typical evening in the Major Arena Soccer League.
Marks turns and fires. That one blocked by Pepe. And there's a reason why those seats so close to the turf are other. That's a fun place to be.
Man, the things that people ask, Nick. Greg Suddy wants a photo of us announcing. Okay, I will post this somewhere. Well, because Empire does videos, they do glamour shots.
Exactly.
I'm like, no, we don't do that, but I will put a photo somewhere.
Into the corner for Marks. Marked by Pepe. Marks with his back goes through the area looking for Palmer. A little bit off the mark, and a good wall pass to Pepe to get around Sosa. Pepe fires one from long range, and that one just wide. Rebound comes off to Barry. On back to Briggs. Now up to Eske.
The goal would really help the ambush right now, Nick.
Coming up on 3 minutes to play in the first half. Eske holding it. Now to Briggs. Walls. That one Kranz. Kranz's shot blocked by Sosa of the Comets.
Foul came in a little late, but it was the right call on Sandovari.
Mirko
Comets went early with the 6th attacker yesterday. It'd be interesting just to see what St. Louis may do as we head to halftime and into the second half, but they definitely need a goal.
Coming up at halftime, we'll talk to the newest member of the Comets coaching staff, Jenna Weinbrenner, also a member of the NWSL's Kansas City Current.
And I'm going to run down to the field and hope somebody will actually talk to me.
Ding dong off the post.
You might recall last time St. Louis was here, nobody would get on the microphone with me.
I do remember that.
At halftime. Hopefully I can get Stefan Stokic to pause for a moment.
I bet you'll get him.
He may be in a better mood tonight.
Yeah, that's for sure. Here's Briggs to Pepe. 2 minutes to play. Into the corner looking for Duduka. Sandovari kicks it away. Sosa's there. He's knocked down and a foul called on the ambush. Comets quickly getting it underway, and looks like maybe Sosa pulled the trigger a little bit too soon.
Ron Corey telling you, Nick, that he could do this another 5 years?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's looking forward to spending lots of time at the lake.
Oh, he's earned it.
Yep. Leo against Guernsey. Guernsey's been a good defender in this league for lots and lots of years. Foul is called against Togba.
Duduka wanted a 2-minute. Ron Corey's like, it's got to be a little bit more than that. I'm still waiting to see Paulo jump into the offense.
Here's Barry. Barry going one-on-one with Togba.
He got back fast, didn't he?
Sure did. He was able to poke it away. Neto tried to clear it. Duduka's there. So is Nacho. Togba. And a whistle. It's going to go to St. Louis. Quick restart. Blocked off the line. Rebound shot. Holy cow.
Odin Sinclair's having himself a game, Nick.
What an absolute save by Sinclair. Went down to his knees and made that block.
There goes Eske, that first step.
Eske fires it in there. Neto quickly gets an arm out there and is able to deflect it wide.
Guess I better run downstairs.
All right.
Will catch you at halftime, right?
That's right.
We're going to talk about the college draft.
College draft. We're going to chat about that coming up.
I'll head down right now.
All right, Eric. We'll look for your interview with Stefan Stokic. 56.1 seconds left to play in this first half. Jenna Weinbrenner will be our guest. We'll also take you around the Major Arena Soccer League. And we'll talk about the MASL College Draft that is coming up. All that ahead at halftime as the Comets lead 4-0 so far in this contest. Oh, Greg Kranz had the ball, hold the ball, and he rolled over with it, and no call. Kranz back the other way, 33 seconds left. Lalo was over there along with Sosa. Sosa gets a boot on it. Kranz is still there. It squirts out finally. Cristo is there. Comets put another boot on it. Lalo kicks it long for Leo. 18 seconds left on the clock. And Leo will play it back to Togba. James rolls it forward to Sosa. 8 seconds left. Comets will hold it here. Just try to run the clock out here in the first half. On back to Neto. Neto kicks it long as the horn sounds, and we are at halftime. Kansas City leading 4-0. Goals by De Silva, Togba, and 2 by that man right there, Nacho Flores. Eric standing by on the field right now, looking to talk to Stefan Stokic.
It's all coming up here at halftime.
There's Comets coach Jenna Weinbrenner. We'll chat with her coming up at halftime. Talking to Stefan Stokic. Trainer Sean Doomer's there. Jenna in her rookie season last year with the Current. We'll get an update on when she is going to report back and how she'll split her time as a professional athlete and a coach.
It's halftime here at Cable Arena. Coach Stokic, 4-0. How does it feel?
Feels good. I like that 0 on our side.
So let's talk about that. A lot of blocks on defense, Neto coming up big. What's the difference? What did you learn from last night's game in Milwaukee, and how did you adjust as a team tonight?
I think our main goal was tonight, especially in the first half, we conceded 6 goals. So tonight our goal was to concede no goals tonight. So we emphasize a lot on blocking shots, being compact defensively, and I think Neto made some great saves as well. So I think we're doing well.
So let's talk a little bit about the offense. A lot of ball movement. Nacho, 2 runs, 2 goals. What are you seeing in your midfield that looks good?
I mean, our movement in the midfield is great, even when we're playing out of the back and especially making runs off of our target. So I think our midfielders are doing a very good job tonight.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Back to you, Nate and Nick.
All right, thank you, Eric Bergrud. Let's take a break, and we'll begin our halftime show coming up next with Jenna Weinbrenner. Comets lead 4-0 over the St. Louis Ambush on 38 The Spot and Twitch. Glad you're with us.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
Domino's delivery vehicles are going electric. With over 100 EVs on the road today and hundreds more to come, it's good for...
Be physical. Separate yourself. Pop it over the defender. Get on! Step! Draw the defender in.
Tackle! Turn! Go hard! No shot!
One more defender to beat. Gotta battle. Bent ball, far post. To get to a different level, you have to train at a different level.
Introducing Domino's new leftovers. It's the same delicious pizza you expect from Domino's, but instead of eating it all tonight, you save some for tomorrow. Sure, it's hot and melty and really delicious, but resist the temptation and you have Domino's leftovers. Domino's leftovers are delicious straight from the toaster oven. They're delicious straight from the skillet.
Who reheats cold pizza?
Right now, you can try Domino's leftovers yourself when you get 2 medium 2-topping pizzas for $6.99 each. Enjoy one tonight, love one tomorrow.
Halftime at the Comets and Ambush. Thanks for joining us. Here on our halftime interview, we welcome in Jenna Weinbrenner. She's the latest addition to the Comets coaching staff, also a member of the Kansas City Current of the NWSL. Jenna, thanks for joining us. How has it been early on this season as a member of the coaching staff for the Comets?
It's been a really fun experience, and just grateful for the opportunity and to be around the guys and soaking it all in.
Yeah. What does it mean to be the first women in MASL history, women's coach?
Yeah, I think that's pretty big and pretty special. I'm grateful for the opportunity to pave the way for people behind me, for the girls behind me, and just excited that the little girls in the stands at the Comets can see someone in that position.
Yeah, that's awesome. In addition to your great playing career, your rookie season was off to a great start for the Current. You also earned a degree in analytics in your student-athlete career at Notre Dame. Tell us a little bit about analytics. How does analytics apply to sports, and how do you think it can help teams?
Yeah, I think obviously analytics was a big thing in baseball, and it's up and coming in soccer. So just giving the guys the information in a way that they can understand and see what's going well and what's not going well, and so they can see themselves doing what's working, and the stats that are backing up what's working and what's not is just something that's so valuable as an athlete. You can see your hard work paying off.
Yeah, it seems to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you could use analytics for an individual basis as well as a team-wide kind of scope. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. You can keep it kind of broad scope with the whole team, or you can go individual by individual, and even down to things like shot by shot.
Interesting. Well, you're with the team this season. Tell us about what's coming up for your career. When do you report back to camp for the Current, and how does coaching and playing all mix together, Jenna?
Yeah, we'll be back with the NWSL at the end of January. Start preseason beginning of February. So super excited about that with my second season with the Current. And I think I'll still be around with the Comets, but obviously my career with the Current comes first. So the guys know that, and they respect that in my playing career. We're going to make it work.
Awesome. Jenna, congratulations. Great having you aboard here on the Comets.
Thank you so much.
All right, Jenna Weinbrainer, our guest here at halftime. We got much more on the way coming up next.
The doctors of Signature Orthopedics are committed to providing the most advanced and innovative diagnostic, treatment, and if needed, surgical options available in the entire St. Louis region. With 22 orthopedic surgeons and pain management specialists, board certified in every aspect of orthopedic care, including sports medicine, we have you covered. From foot, ankle, knee, hip, shoulder, elbow, wrist, and spine. Contact Signature Orthopedics today.
Shoot! He
This is MASL at the half. What's going on, everyone? I'm Alex Bastiavansky. Hope you're loving the game so far. Here's a look at what's been going down in the MASL.
Diaz with the dribble, has pace and form. Shot to goal!
It was a special night in Baltimore as the Blast signed 10-year-old Josh Diaz to a one-day contract, and he hit the floor before the game. Josh is a soccer player who had to have his leg amputated and is now fighting cancer, but he got to live out his dream with the Blast. Congrats, Josh. We're all behind you. And his team made him even happier in its home opener Saturday against a very tough Utica squad that at one point was up 3-0. Baltimore came back to grab the W in dramatic fashion. Lucas Roque notching a hat trick on the day as the Blast edged the Blues by an 8-7. Final score, two teams made their return to the MASL last week. Monterey and Mesquite last played in the 2019-2020 season. They locked horns in a surprisingly low-scoring encounter considering just how much firepower was on the floor. The last time we saw a 2-1 scoreline in the MASL all the way back in 2019. Mesquite takes this one. It was the first ever home game for the rebranded Empire Strikers, formerly the Ontario Fury, as they hosted Tacoma in a vastly entertaining back-and-forth affair. Justin Stinson put up a hat trick for the hometown Strikers, but Jamel Cox matched that 3-spot for Tacoma, while teammate Michael Ramos had 4 points on the day as the Stars waltz into Toyota Arena and spoil Empire's home opener. But the Strikers were missing their biggest gun, Frank Taillou, who was out serving a suspension that carried over from last season. We will see the return of the King this week as Frank is back in the lineup for the double date with San Diego. He is the MASL's all-time leading scorer, of course, with 484 points, regular season and playoffs combined. And there are even more reinforcements that have arrived for Empire, as this week they signed Adrian Perez, who led the Ontario Fury in scoring back in 2017-18. with 39 points. He has spent the last 4 seasons in Major League Soccer with LAFC and DC United. Empire will have some punch this season. Offensive Player of the Week, Lucas Roque of Baltimore, who was integral in helping the Blast make a big comeback against UCFC. 4 points, 3 goals, 1 assist, and your Defensive Player of the Week, Eduardo Pollo Cortez, the goalkeeper for the Mesquite Outlaws. We talked about that low-scoring game against Monterey. He was huge, 13 saves in the 2-1 win. Cortez played last season for San Diego and the St. Louis Ambush. Upcoming games, week 3, lots of them. Kansas City at Milwaukee will be a good one. Keep your eye on the Battle of Mexico as well. Monterrey taking on the Chihuahua Savage. Also, St. Louis at Kansas City. Empire taking on the Dallas Sidekicks, and Mesquite travels to San Diego to take on the 2-time defending champions. Yeah, some great games coming up. And always remember that if you can't be there in person to watch, be sure to check out all the games live on Twitch. Enjoy the rest of the contest, everyone. We'll see you next time.
We're going to give you the price of admission off of the Zero pillow that's going to fit you.
I love that.
So just bring your ticket in, or your digital ticket, your paper ticket, whatever you got. When you go to the game, you can come in and we'll take the price of going to the game off of the pillow that fits. And these girls know the pillows are so good.
The official sleep specialist. The official sleep specialist of the St. Louis Ambush. And show us your shirt, Pat. Sleep rules, baby. Sleep rules.
This is your home field. This is your playbook. This is your locker room speech. This is your end zone dance. And with unbelievable resources that serve our community beyond banking, this is your biggest fan. Community America Credit Union. Believe in unbelievable.
So with a Planet Fitness Black Card, I'll get a post-workout glow like that guy?
Everybody knows that you need to glow, the glow, the glow.
And I get a free Amazon Halo to track my fitness and sleep.
Cause when you got the glow, there is no stopping what you want to do. Oh.
And with a Planet Fitness Black Card, I can bring a guest anytime. And I can work out at any Planet Fitness location. And even relax in the Black Card Spa. That sounds great, but how can I get the most out of my membership? And I can sign up for zero enrollment. Doesn't sound like one. That's not what I'm hearing. Okay, sign me up.
Get the PF Black Card for zero enrollment, $24.99 a month, and get a free Amazon Halo View. Ends November 15th. It's glow time.
Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram, and MASL Arena on Twitter. And speaking of MASL news, Mr. Vassos, there's a college draft next week.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
It's been a while. Related to our trivia question, we'll give the answer. So here's some details, fans. It's going to take place this Tuesday, 3 p.m. Eastern on Zoom. There's going to be 3 total rounds. So in the first 2 rounds, they're territorial picks. And territorial is defined as someone who has attended high school or college in your state, was born in your state, or their primary residence in your state. And you cannot trade those picks in the first, second round. In the third round, it is at large. It can be traded. Teams must use this pick or can trade the pick. They can't pass it. And drafted player rights will be protected for the player to go to contract with the team until next December 2023. Harrisburg, based on how they finished last season, they go first. St. Louis will draft 6th, and Kansas City will draft 9th. So we'll see who comes up in the college draft. And Kansas City and St. Louis, by geography, are competing against each other for Missourians.
Right.
in the first 2 rounds.
So, Eric, as you know, Brian Budzinski and a lot of the Comets staff have done such a great job regionally around Kansas City with schools in the NAIA, which you're so familiar with. We're talking Columbia College, we're talking Central Methodist, we're talking, of course, Park University has been a huge part of the Comets' success, even Benedictine, and the list goes on. I'm glad that you defined what the territorial picks are, because I was curious if the territory, went outside of Kansas City that far, but no,
it's just the state.
Just the state.
Okay. So the question's going to be who gets picked in what part of the state. Do the ambush look in the Kansas City market? Does Kansas City look in the St. Louis market? And then there's this whole set of real estate in the middle too. So it'll be interesting to see Tuesday afternoon what both teams do.
Lots of good players come from those schools, as we know.
They absolutely do. And speaking of college draft, maybe we can get the answer to the trivia question up here momentarily, because it was in 1993 this week that the Wichita Wings, you speak of NAIA schools, Wichita Wings drafted Nate Hauser of Baker University, played in Kansas City 93 to 2004, played in St. Louis 2004, 2005, came back for the original year here at Cable Dahmer Arena.
He and Jeff Davis did.
So what's interesting is the day after he got drafted, Wichita traded him to the Kansas City Attack, and he suited up against the Canton Invaders. And here's where there's a St. Louis twist. All-time famous goalie for the Canton Invaders was ambush assistant coach Jamie Swanner, but he didn't play in that game because he had already moved on to the Buffalo Blizzard from Canton. And so Nate Hauser got thrown in right away, straight out of college, into the indoor game, and the Attack beat the Canton Invaders.
Nate Hauser won that championship in 96-97 with the team, had a terrific career in Kansas City, and he is a big-time member of the of Baker University now. He was the athletic director. Of course, he was a head coach for the men's and women's team for
now.
An
AVP. He's moving on up.
Yeah, he is. AVP. He's vice president. Yes, Mr. Hauser.
I didn't even tell him he was going to be the trivia question. I thought about it. I was going to be like, hey, Nate, you might want to pay close attention to the first half. So
so appreciate him. He is such a great guy, and is a real ambassador for the game.
Hey, while we're here, let me do a little bit on this date.
Okay.
And since I mentioned St. Louis and Kansas City, on this date in 1999, and I didn't write this. This is the professor. This is his verbiage.
Okay.
You're going to love this. The Attack ambushed St. Louis. Get it? Ambushed with 10 straight points in the first quarter, and they cruised to an easy 23-8 win over the ambush at Kemper Arena. In a match televised locally on Time Warner Cable at the time, right? Metro Sports?
Yeah.
Jeff Davis scored twice from the three-point arc, and Nate Hauser scored once. Warren Westcote earned his 100th regular season victory and goal for the Attack. And so there's some names that take you back a few years.
Mm-hmm. No doubt about it. The old NPSL days. Love it. 40 years, 4 decades of indoor soccer in Kansas City. 30 with the Attack, 40 with the Comets. Lots and lots of history.
Lots of stories to tell. And it's important. So, and it happens all the time. So I was driving around town today it's cold here in Kansas City. It was like 31, 32 degrees. And I was wearing my Comets winter coat. And I ran into somebody who saw my Comets coat, and he goes back to the old days, and he told me when I was a kid, I got to play on the field at Kemper Arena, and wished me luck tonight with the broadcast. And so, we saw that when Jason Sudeikis was here.
Yeah.
He used to go to Comets games. Unfortunately, with Grant Wall passing, and we mentioned that he went to Comets games. And there's the banners. MISL Champions 2014, and then the Attack. We will be celebrating the 30th anniversary of that Attack team. And I guess I should mention that against our friends, the Milwaukee Wave,
That's
January 21st. It will be a reunion of Kansas City players, St. Louis players, Wichita players, and we'll get to talk about that 1993 championship team, which brings back a lot of memories for me, Nick.
Lots and lots of fun. My first year in 96-97, my broadcast partner was none other than Gino Schiraldi, who's number 2, of course, is retired in the rafters here at Cable Dahmer Arena.
He's one of the names I mentioned to that guy. Oh, no foul called. Here's Big Mike.
Big Mike's got a chance. That one wide. Sandovari tried to head it, but it skipped over his dome.
I think Big Mike was waiting for the whistle. He's like, oh, I guess I could score here.
De Silva scored the game's first goal. It's 4-0 Kansas City. Mike De Silva, James Togba opened up the scoring for the Comets to lead 2-0. And then in the second quarter, Nacho Flores bagged a pair of goals to make it 4-0.
Talked about six attacker earlier. St. Louis has just like Chihuahua, the advantage of having a goalkeeper who can play de facto six attacker.
Yeah.
Panned out for a little bit for Chihuahua last night. They came back big against Monterey, but then lost in overtime.
Once again, this year seeing a lot of close games, Eric. 1-goal, 2-goal games.
Came back from the Comets watch party, caught the end of Monterey and Chihuahua. That was a terrific game. Those are two really good teams. And we'll see Chihuahua here for the next home game. They have some players on that team.
I think you mean Monterey.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Monterey for sure. Well, both have players. Monterey definitely does.
Yeah.
And Chihuahua, we saw last year what they could do to the Comets.
And it's going to be fun. We're going to have college night when Monterey comes to town.
Yeah, we'll have a graphic coming up. Opportunity for college students back from college. BOGO offer. We'll have an opportunity in a dead ball. Tell you about that ticket offer. Only game taking place during the holidays here at Cable Dahmer Arena.
Excellent. Here's Nick McDonald. Had the ball taken away, and then he is called for the foul.
Another local college guy, Rockhurst University. The home of Joey Zanaboni, the voice of the St. Louis Ambush.
Also the home of Kevin Ketters.
Former attack player. Got to interview him at last year's reunion night.
That was fun. Guernsey into the corner. Looks like Tristan Austin is into the game now. Eske with a touch. Nico Caritas is also into the game for the first time. Jeff Locker putting in some new legs here in the second half. Trying to generate some chances. Eske on over to Barry. Barry looking for a passing partner. Touch to Caritas. Back to Guernsey. Caritas goes off. Pepe comes on. He receives the ball from Paulo and leaves it for Eske. A couple more changes for St. Louis as they set up their offense. 12 minutes to play in the third, trailing by 4. Eske by one defender, bangs it off the boards, over the area to the other side. Rion Marks is there. Now Lucas Souza with a touch, and Souza called for the foul. That'll be a good restart opportunity here for St. Louis as the restart team comes back out on the field and includes Duduka. Pepe's out there, Lucas Almeida, and Cristo. Here's Cristo on the ball. Fires it, and that one got through the wall and just a little wide. Pepe, another drive blocked by the Comets. Togba stepped in front of that one. Cristo over to Pepe, then forward to Almeida. Almeida to Duduka. Back to Almeida. His shot is blocked by the Comets again. Took a funny hop off the boards, and Souza's got it. Forward to De Silva. De Silva moving down the left side. Goes off the boards. No, he took it himself, and Paulo made the save. Wow.
Try to surprise him on the near post. Paulo's seen this before, right?
Yeah, he had a running mate. De Silva had a running mate down the side, but decided to take it himself, and he uncorked a good shot.
Big Mike having a big game.
Mm-hmm. Neto clears it away. Cristo holds it in.
Good job by Sodal just to kick at it. Force Cristo to send it back to Paulo.
Paulo. That one off the mark. Comets with a couple of touches in the midfield. St. Louis comes up to poke it away. Sosa will redirect it back to Neto.
Speaking of college guys, somebody who's like literally brand new with the Comets, He's on the bench. Played 1 year at Park. I saw him play in high school at Park Hill South High School. Jacob Garza. We'll see if he gets any minutes here. Hey, we have a visitor. I'm going to grab her headset.
All right.
And join us. We teased that we were going to hear from Lux St. Lou. Lux St. Lou is in the house. How are you doing?
Hey, Lux.
I found you guys. I'm so glad I found you.
We were here waiting for you. What's going on?
I just took a couple laps around the building. Just wanted to work off some of the chicken fingers I just bought down. You guys have a great snack stand down there.
Oh, excellent. All right. So what do you think of the game so far?
Well, I would like us to have some more points. I'd start there.
Okay.
But I really feel like it's a good matchup. Every time we play you guys, it's tight.
Oh, there's SK with a chance
You know
in
what
that
I mean?
one. Just above the crossbar.
It's always tight when we play you guys. I was
Yeah.
kind of hoping you'd get a little worn out last night playing Milwaukee. Watched the game. It was exciting going all the way to the end and all, but
You were even in the chat. You were the classic Tom Petty reference to who does Nick McDonald look like?
yes, I felt like I had been the closest. You know, it's like
I
going
think you
without
got it
going
there,
over.
right? Yeah. So talk to us, particularly for the Comets fans watching. Explain what your role is, or I should rephrase that. Your roles are for the St. Louis Ambush.
Yeah, last year I came in and was invited to be the public address announcer. So like you hear in the arena, I'm shouting out your favorite sponsors and letting you know how you can win cool stuff. I also love social media so much, and after doing radio for 15 years, I jumped right on board and started content creating for the team, which is so fun. But mostly I'm just the biggest fan they got.
Here's Christo with a chance, and he scores!
Baby!
Maybe you're the good luck charm.
Maybe you
Lux
should
St.
just
Lou.
stay here the rest of the game, huh?
That just made me so happy. I'm in here dancing.
It's all good. See, we love each other in the MASL. It's all good. Fans in the chat might not, but look at the entry pass from Lucas Almeida, and Christo just blows past Lucas Sosa, kind of turns a little bit, puts it across Neto. 4-1. That is what the Ambush needed to get back on track.
That's exactly what we needed right off the bat in the third, too. That's what I like to see.
Christo, his third goal on the year. Lucas Almeida, number 2 in terms of assists. And St. Louis now on the board in the third, and here they come again. Here's SK with a touch. He shoots, and SK scores! 2 quick goals by St. Louis, and they have cut the lead in half.
So, and I don't know if you can tell this from the cameras behind us. The goals are right in front of Lux, right in front, and the fans wanted a foul. There was no foul there. Briggs, SK takes a touch. Nothing Neto could do. It's 4-2.
Fantastic. And that's what's so amazing about the MASL specifically. You can never count anybody out. It does not matter. The differential in points does not matter because you can come back like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 4-goal lead is not, it's certainly not as much as you would want more to feel a little bit more comfortable.
I think Milwaukee learned that last night.
Well, yeah, and Art Kramer said that it's a game of streaks. So teams get hot, and then all of a sudden, so the Comets are going to challenge the foul. The Comets are going to challenge that there was a foul that led to the goal, and looks like we're going to get video review, and we'll see. Referee did get a good look at it, and he said, nothing there, let's play, and we'll see what they see on the video monitor. Fans were calling for a foul.
There's head coach of St. Louis, Jeff Locker. He's like, hey, there wasn't anything there.
Well, we'll see.
That's tough. We're going to look at that. I need to see it again.
Ron Corey's down there looking at it.
Ron Corey's going to be like, man, you know, in those NPSL days, if they didn't bleed, I didn't call anything.
Let them play. Let them play.
Let them play. You could make an argument that Briggs got a hold, but we'll see what the ultimate call is going to be from Ron Corey.
Listen to the fans. I don't know if the people at home can hear it, but they are just screaming right now.
They weren't happy originally, and then when the goal came in, they really weren't happy.
The passion in this place, man. I'm telling you. You know what's fun about where I get to stand during the games? It's in the box. So the camera and the video review is right next to me, so I'm always watching the refs for what's going to happen.
Right. It's a goal.
Yep.
Review, the call stands.
Comets lose the challenge, goal stands, and it's 4-2.
I think it was right to take the challenge since it was a goal-scoring opportunity, but the Comets have now used their challenge, so we'll see if that comes back to haunt them later in the game.
So St. Louis with 2 quick goals here in the second half to make this a very interesting game. 9:12 left in the third quarter. Nacho plays it back to Neto. Neto goes forward.
Lux, we were talking before the game on the field about Paulo, and he's been terrific here. And actually, if you think this game could be a lot worse than 4 goals for the Comets, he held them in the game that first half.
He is just, having him back this season is nothing short of just pure happiness for me.
Here's Caritas, and a shot there from Gibson goes wide, driven back in there, and Paulo's got it for St. Louis.
So you have a big game coming up against Kansas City on New Year's Eve. That's your annual.
Absolutely, and so much fun. The New Year's Eve, and honestly, this Highway 70 rivalry has become the most fun because I believe, and we talked about this before the game, that Missouri itself is a soccer state. With St. Louis and Kansas City being the huge numbers as far as who's watching World Cup, with the Comets, with the Sporting KC, with St. Louis City SC, and with the Ambush. I mean, this place is packed too.
So I heard last night at our watch party, there's going to be quite a few season ticket holders making that drive too. So it should be fun on New Year's Eve.
Sosa, he hits it in. Sosa.
You can't see Lux, you can't believe it, but we've seen this. How many times, Nick Vassos?
No.
John Sosa loves to shoot it from the top of the arc.
I mean, that was a beautiful shot. You can't. You just.
And it wasn't even with pace. It was just clever. He's like, I'm going to fake it.
Oh, he got the wall to move, and then he placed it right through the wall.
Imagine
what a play by Sosa. Look at it again, Eric.
So there's 3 of them in the wall, and he's like, let's see who flinches. Marcel. Oh, you don't want to do that.
Marcel.
So good by John Sosa.
That's one of those things they're gonna watch the video, and it's like, okay.
Yep.
And there's nothing Paulo could do.
God, this is a good game in general, though. Just such a good game to watch.
So what do you think about our corner here? So it's not midfield like you are, but you can see everything up here, too.
You have the bird's eye view of this entire place. This is my second time up here at Cable Dahmer Arena, and you guys put on a heck of a show. The lights, your Kansas City Comet gals are so great down there rocking out.
Hey, speaking thereof, happy birthday to Tara, the director of the St. Louis Bombshells. It's her birthday, too. I want to wish her a happy birthday. I know they're going to be busy getting ready for New Year's Eve. 3 p.m. kickoff, if I remember correctly.
And if you're coming down after the game, we have a balloon drop for the kids on the field. We count down, and it's a really fun way for them to kind of get that activity in because
a family-friendly New Year's Eve, right?
The youngins don't need to be staying up till all of midnight. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
I'm not a kid, but I assume the parents would like them to go to bed sometime around 8 or 9.
Here's Barry trying to get it over to Pepe. Comets able to stop, and Sodal is out with it for the Comets. Ali will try to avoid the defenders while the Comets get some new legs out on the field. Sosa and Sandovari are there in the back, and John plays it to Neto. Neto over to Rian Marks. Marks' pass is taken away by Barry.
Good job by Sodal to hold him down.
Oh, Marks thought that was a clean tackle, but he's called for the foul. Ron Corey is there. It'll be given to St. Louis.
Ali Sodal, you've called his name a lot, Nick. He's had a really good game for the Comets. And Marks is still getting his legs back. It's one thing to do this in practice, another to do it at game speed.
Almeida doing double duty this year as the assistant coach and also midfielder. Here's Cristo again. He turns and fires. That one off the crossbar. Rebound is held in by Caritas. He goes down. No
Surprised
foul.
They didn't call that.
I know. Here's
they're going to call that one. There. And Ron Corey's looking. He's like,
no,
this is a regular foul.
No, hand is not in the pocket, so that's just a foul.
So, Lux, you mentioned you're on social media. How do MASL fans find you?
Connect with you.
So easy. I'm the person retweeting all of the MASL posts, so you can find me at Lux St. Lou. Huge soccer fan, loving being a part of the MASL for the second year in a row. You know, I got to ask you guys, he's not playing tonight, but what does it feel like for you guys to see Kevin Ellis playing in the pink and teal? Because I like it.
We had a nice chat with him before the game.
Yeah. So he looks good in the pink and teal, if you ask me.
He does. He does, and he enjoys coming, not only here, coming back here, and he was hoping to play today, but he's hoping to play on New Year's Eve. It's just going to depend on his prognosis, but he absolutely wants to play against the Comets.
You know, just like for Kansas City, he's doing the same thing for you guys, and that is instant offense. I think he's scored a point in every game that he's been in, and he's very effective indoor player, and hope he gets back out on the field soon. I know the Comets fans were hoping to see him out there to give him a boo or two, but
I mean, I was looking for Schmerman too. I was looking to boo my little Richard Schmerman.
But you can't because
I couldn't. I'd have to cheer him on. You know.
Well, and he's at the hospital waiting for the baby to be born. So you can't boo that, Lux.
I know.
There's Kevin Ellis.
He texted me earlier asking where people were watching the game tomorrow morning. Where are we watching the World Cup? I'm like, aren't you going to be having a baby, sir?
That's funny.
He's gonna bring his wife to whatever watch party with the baby. I know it.
Nice.
That's funny.
Lux St. Lou joining us up here in the broadcast booth along with Eric Bergroot. I'm Nick Vassos, live on 38 The Spot and Twitch. 5-2 Kansas City on top of St. Louis. DeDuca with the ball, and a foul is called on Nacho. Comets fans can't believe it.
Now, if it were me, Nick Vassos, I would either call timeout here. Well, it's a little early, 5-2. This would be a good goal-scoring opportunity, and if you're going to use a timeout, this is one place you could. We're going to take a look at this. Nacho did one of these things where he was like slightly holding on and then he backed up and DeDuca fell. I mean, they're going to call it.
Just a brief hug.
They're going to call it.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little hug.
Walls behind the ball to Cristo. He shoots and he scores!
Cristo having himself a second half, huh?
Cristo! His second on the night. It's 5-3.
It's almost as if Croatia won today, and he decided he was going to just carry on that Croatian energy.
They did win today.
They did win today, and he is from Croatia and was watching the game on the drive up. So, well done, Robbie.
They look good today, too.
All right. We're going to take a break here. 5:25. Lux St. Lou, thanks for joining us up here in the broadcast booth. 5-2 for correction 5-3 over the ambush.
We're going to give you the price of admission off of the Zero pillow that's going to fit you.
I love that.
So just bring your ticket in, or your digital ticket, your paper ticket, whatever you got. When you go to the game, you can come in and we'll take the price of going to the game off of the pillow that fits. And these girls know the pillows are so good.
The official sleep specialist. The official sleep specialist of the St. Louis Ambush. And show us your shirt, Pat. Sleep rules, baby. Sleep rules.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
Comets come back here on Thursday, December 29th against the Monterey Flash. It's college night. Guess which college students? It's BOGO night for you, which means buy one ticket, get a second one free. Opportunity. You're bored. You don't have anything to do. Finals are done. Come on out to Cable Dahmer Arena.
Yeah.
Go to the Comets website. Click on tickets. Find out information. BOGO night for college students against a really, really good Monterey Flash team.
It's going to be a fun game. I understand the Monterey ownership is bringing a big group up here to Kansas City for the game.
That should be fun, too.
Here's Sosa. Fakes it now. He takes the left footer, and that one up and over the glass. He had a lane there to drive one in, but over the glass, and goalkeeper distribution to Paulo in the St. Louis Ambush.
So in terms of league news, we talked about the college draft. I want to talk about the scoring rule, 3 for a win, 2 for an overtime win, 1 for an overtime loss, and how it's already playing out in this MASL season. We'll catch it a moment to do that.
Okay. Sounds good. Sinclair trying to clear it out of the last third. Eske taps it back in. Now Sandovari boots it high into the air. Headed back by the ambush. Touched by the Comets. Lalo's there. He'll play it forward to Sinclair. Chugging down the left side. Sinclair ends up in the corner. Bangs it off the boards.
Hoping Lalo was there.
Walls tried to clear it. Runs into Sandovari, and the Comets take over. Sinclair kicks it back to Neto. Changes for the Comets. Sosa back out there, up to Ali Sodal.
Someone's got to talk to him and tell him that he's got somebody on his back. Nobody did.
Oh, a push there. by Pereira. Fans came out of their seat looking for a blue card.
Santa came out of his seat on the other side. I just saw a dude with a red hat jump out of his seat. It was Santa.
Yeah, Eric Pereira.
Yeah, so here's the deal. Neto is going to have to really get fouled to draw a 2, and that one
is stayed in. It stayed in. That was close. That would have given St. Louis a chance.
Good takeaway by Sodal again.
Yeah, Sodal's got it now.
First time we saw him play was against Kansas City for the Omaha Kings. We talk about that game a lot. Good turn there from Rion.
Rion shoots. Rion scores!
Rub those hands.
He is back.
Is he going to do it?
Rion Marks
there
is
he
back.
goes. Rubs those hands.
I think he said, I'm back.
You're just waiting for him to make that turn, Nick. He's like, okay, I'm going to go to my left. Power move, top, shelf, nothing that. Paulo could do. Try to get a one hand on it, but that came way too hard, way too fast, way too soon.
How can you stop that? I mean,
you could try to hold on to him.
Yeah.
You've got to basically body him from before the time he gets the ball and not let him move. But that's when the Comets need to make runs off of there and let him make passes. But if you're going to give him enough room to make that turn, especially if you're not his size, it's going to be really hard to stop him.
That's number 1 for Rion Marks.
Watch, Lux is going to show up here saying, wait a minute, I left the box and the Comets scored.
Comets in ambush battling on the near side.
26 seconds into the third quarter.
Palmer still going. Palmer still has it. Palmer still going forward. Poked it forward. Paulo has to stay on his line. SK kicks it off the boards. Sandovari heads it back in. Barry with a touch. Souza is there. And it's touched back towards the half line. SK now with a touch. St. Louis trying to go forward. SK trying to split the defense. SK still moving forward. Shot saved. Neto.
That's asking a lot for Odin Sinclair to keep up with SK. Asking a lot.
Yeah.
SK is fast. And ultimately, I think both teams are looking to leverage mismatches. How do you get Togba free? How do you get SK free? And we've seen them both score. Or we've seen Togba score. We've seen SK with multiple opportunities.
Sandovari. Oh, some good footwork by Sandovari. Leaves it for Gibson. Touches it away from the defender. Comets slow it down. Leo still with the ball.
Good
nice.
Barcelona move.
Wow. Good move by Leo.
You see Leo's wife Leishan in the chat last night? Said she wasn't going to give Leo his Christmas presents unless he got a goal or assist, and like right afterwards he scored.
I missed that. That is beautiful.
That was hilarious.
Under 2 minutes to play in the third. Comets lead 6-3. That is so funny.
I forget what her screen name is, but it's L. Gibson something. People thought it was, couldn't believe it. They thought it was Leo chatting and playing. How does he do that? I didn't want to correct anybody.
Oh, my. Neto forward to Lalo. Lalo knocked down, gets back up. Tony Walls with a couple of touches. Lalo gets it back. He's chopped down again.
St. Louis fans are saying, bring back Luck St. Lou. We need her luck.
Here's Almeida picking up
Foul's
the loose
ball.
Oh, that's going to go against Nacho.
And he's not liking. He's got to be careful. He has a tendency to be, let's call it demonstrative, and that'll get you a yellow card and a 5-minute experience in the sin bin really quickly. And I mean, ultimately, he just needs to step back. You're up by 3 goals. You do not want to put your team at a deficit.
Joseph Mocht is measuring out the wall with a little extra chat for Nacho.
As they learned last night in the fourth quarter of Milwaukee, you have to finish out every quarter, right?
That's right. Here's Guernsey to Almeida off the boards. Comets able to deflect it away.
Good block
Driven
by Big
back
Mike.
in there. Yeah,
that was on target too. Yeah, he felt that too.
Ooh. Another one driven in there. That one wide left. Comes off to Cristo.
He's feeling it, isn't he? 2 goals in this quarter.
That one by Pepe. He's picked up by Sosa of the Comets.
Oh, just a little too far. So it's just like, oh, if you had just threaded it to me.
Almost a 2v1. Christo goes down and a foul called on Togba.
Fans wanting a dive. It was a foul.
So a good opportunity here for St. Louis, right out in front of the Comets goal with 53 and change left in this third. A goal here late in the third would really help St. Louis with 15 minutes to go in this contest.
Look at Pepe creep back post.
Walls, and they'll call a timeout.
There you go. It's always a good time for a timeout, Nick Vassos. Let me finish my thoughts since we're here. So last year the league changed scoring for wins and losses. It used to be straight up, you win, you lost, and whatever. And now it's, if you win in regulation, it's 3 points. If you win in overtime, it's 2 points. If you take it to overtime but lose, you get a point. And let's just discuss in this division, or the three teams in the Midwest, Kansas City, St. Louis, and Milwaukee, how this is played out. Kansas City goes to St. Louis that first game, takes St. Louis to overtime. St. Louis wins. So instead of St. Louis getting 3 points and Kansas City getting 0, St. Louis gets 2 and Kansas City gets 1. Kansas City comes back here, wins in regulation. And so instead of it being split 3-3, it winds up being 4 points for Kansas City and 2 points for St. Louis. So even though they both won one game, Kansas City got the advantage. Now let's talk about Milwaukee. Milwaukee comes to Kansas City, takes the Comets into overtime last weekend. Comets win. 2 points for the Comets, 1 for Milwaukee. They go up to Milwaukee last night, and the Comets almost took them to overtime to make it square, which would have been potentially 3 each, right?
Right.
Oh, no. They lost it in the last period. So how does it end out? 4 points for Milwaukee, 2 for Kansas City. So we've seen Kansas City on both ends of this getting an advantage over St. Louis, but falling behind Milwaukee. And so Kansas City has some ground to make up against Milwaukee. St. Louis has some ground to make up against Kansas City.
Very interesting. Very interesting. 6-3 is our score, 53.9 seconds left. Let's see what St. Louis has drawn up here as they trigger this restart. Walls will be behind the ball. Christo to his left, Briggs to his right.
2 big bodies in that wall.
And then Almeida floating around in the box. Marks and Da Silva up top. Walls looking for a passing partner. And
that almost
shot.
went in.
Yeah, that one went off. Rebound comes off to Christo. Fans were, St. Louis was looking for a penalty or a foul, and nothing was called. Gibson pokes it away from behind. 40 seconds left in the quarter.
Oh, Paulo, here you go.
Here we go.
Paulo. Here you go, Paulo. You know he wants to take the shot. He's asking for the ball, guys.
Don't give it to him. Here's Duduka.
We like watching him score here, Nick.
I've seen it. It's amazing.
Oh, good ball through to find Lucas Sosa coming the other way.
19 seconds left. Briggs steps in, wins the ball back for the ambush. 15 seconds left. Walls up to Christo. 10 seconds left.
Somebody's got to step to him.
4 seconds left from downtown. Blocked by Sousa. Horn sounds, and that's it. Third quarter has come to an end. And lots of fireworks there in the third at the end of 3. Kansas City leading St. Louis 6-3 on 38th The Spot and on Twitch.
Introducing Domino's new leftovers. It's the same delicious pizza you expect from Domino's, but instead of eating it all tonight, you save some for tomorrow. Sure, it's hot and melty and really delicious, but resist the temptation and you have Domino's leftovers. Domino's leftovers are delicious straight from the toaster oven. They're delicious straight from the skillet.
Who reheats cold pizza?
Right now, you can try Domino's leftovers yourself when you get 2 medium 2-topping pizzas for $6.99 each. Enjoy one tonight, love one tomorrow.
This is your home field. This is your playbook. This is your locker room speech. This is your end zone dance. And with unbelievable resources that serve our community beyond banking, this is your biggest fan. Community America Credit Union. Believe in unbelievable.
Skip the waiting room. With Cable Dahmer Connect, powered by Lyft, we'll come to you. We will pick up your vehicle at your home or office and drop it off once the work is complete. Simply schedule your appointment online at cabledahmer.com to get started.
Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. And speaking of Twitter, Lux St. Louis just tweeted out a photo of the three of us. That was fun, and I know St. Louis fans wish she were back. She was good luck here. What else is happening? Oh, I need to look for an update on Baltimore-Harrisburg. What do you have, Nick?
Well, I just want to thank our Cable Dahmer crew here, led by producer Brad Zimmerman. The director and technical director is Paul Stokes. Chris Wright has replays tonight, and our camera operators are Ben Townsend, Wyatt Craven, Drew Snyder, and Steve Wags Wagner. Our whole team so proud of what we do to bring these games to you, and they do a phenomenal job behind the scenes. We really appreciate all of their efforts tonight to bring you one of the best broadcasts in all of the MASL. We're proud of it.
How about Blast 3, Heat 3?
Oh,
Heat loved playing against the Blast. Blast are getting off to a slower start than you might expect this year.
Yeah.
And they had a difficult weekend last week and lost at home against Florida, then went to St. Louis and lost that one in overtime, right?
Yeah.
So
2 one-goal games for the Blast.
Right, and we'll be keeping an eye on these overtime games because they will, in aggregate, have an impact on the standings as teams move up and down. So I'm not sure who's going to be joining Alex Bashavansky on MASL Monday. He's back, special guest each week. He's kind of rotated. He had you, Nick Vassos. Working his way through the play-by-play announcers. That should be back on Monday. He'll recap the weekend's games and keep up to date on all the latest news across the MASL.
Does a great job.
He does.
We are now in the fourth quarter. Comets with a 3-goal lead, and St. Louis with the ball.
You know who hasn't been on yet is Craig Elston. I'm sure Craig Elston's chomping at a bit to get on that show.
Just so I can hear him. Look out. Oh, that one from SK almost found the upper left-hand corner. The rebound comes off to Sinclair. Craig Chimes. Now on over to Mirko Sandovari. Palmer to Nacho. Comets are 2 wins, 2 losses, and 1 overtime loss. St. Louis 2-2 on the season. Neto rolls it. He's looking for Lalo. Kicked away by St. Louis out of bounds. It'll stay with the Comets.
I like how fans just by reflex will grab the ball. I'm like, hey, let them play.
Rion Marks able to kick it towards Lalo. Lalo chases it into the corner, turns around, plays it back to Marks. Marks hit it off Tristan Austin, and then Tristan and Marks give chase, and Marks puts that big body between him and the ball, wins it back over to Nacho, and Nacho's touch lets him down. It's flipped into Paulo. And now a penalty is going to go against Rion Marks.
A very silly penalty, and Paulo was calling for it. Ron Corey gave it, and Rion will have a couple minutes to think about this one.
We're going to get the call here from Joe Mocht.
Ron's like, Joe, you do this.
2 minutes, handball.
Handball is going to be called here. So watch this. He just knocked the ball down. I mean, ultimately it's delay a game, hand the ball, whichever way you want to do that, but totally unnecessary, and we'll see if the ambush can take advantage of this. This is absolutely not a way you want to get on the Rat Patrol, Nick. Well, you don't want to get on the Rat Patrol anyway, but for the 9,867th time in Kansas City indoor soccer history, Kenny Loggins and the Rat Patrol trying to kill these 2 minutes.
That CD is getting wafer thin, Eric. It's been played that many times.
A lot of times. I think they were using cassette tapes at Kemper Arena when they first started playing this.
Ball stays in bounds. Palmer's back there.
Trumpa thought he got hit in the face, and he's looking. This will be a drop ball. Tugba was hoping for the referees to see something. We've seen that in a couple different games. Kenny Mayer doing the video review sign.
Oh, Christian Briggs got Tugba perhaps above the shoulders.
We'll see if they're going to take a look at this.
And I think they are.
They have the opportunity. The referees do have the opportunities.
Yep.
And I think we're going to be even strength here, 4v4, because I think they will see that. They've been calling everything over the shoulder in recent games, and we've seen this now in all 3 games, a video review instigated by the referees.
Ron Corey's.
So John Sosa take one in the head. He was bleeding. Actually, the last 2 times it was blood. This time, no. But Comets bench was yelling for that one. Tugba stopped. Was wondering if they were going to see or do anything. They are taking a look at this down on the field. And we saw the review. We'll see what they have to say about this. Ron Corey shaking his head. He's like, yeah, I didn't see any blood. I don't really want to call this.
They're showing the replay here in the arena. Well,
and they're going to say
no.
Wave it off.
After review, the ruling on the field stands.
So no blue card to the ambush. St. Louis will remain on the power play.
Comets got the call the last 2 games they did. And hey, you know what? Ron Corey is extremely consistent. So, I mean, ultimately, isn't that what you want for a referee?
Yep.
Now, there's fans who want every call to go their way, but if you're a player, you ultimately want him calling it the same way, both ways. And there were fans in the chat earlier saying that perhaps not enough blue cards coming out, and I think that ultimately Ron Corey was being consistent there.
Tugba and Palmer are there to try to burn some of that power play time. 1 minute and 19 seconds on the advantage to St. Louis. Walls trots it across the half line, approaches the Comets' yellow line. Down to Pepe. Comets killing
Foul's going to be called. And so the Comets just need to walk away, and the fans get agitated because they think, oh, the referees call everything against us. Why don't they call anything for the other team? Tell me how many of you watching or in the chat have not said that before in your life. Look, just be honest with yourselves. It's okay. But the players get upset, and then they wind up.
I'm holding my hand up.
You're holding your hand up, and they wind up then making fouls you don't want to make. You have to be smart to kill this penalty.
Oh, here's Pepe in a dangerous position.
And they're going to call that one too. And that's the right call. He took him down. This is going to be a top-of-the-arc restart. Great opportunity here for. We'll see if they'll put it in the corner. They'll put it outside the box. Might have had a better angle from the top of the D, but Ron Corey will put it there. Duduka has been fairly quiet today. This will be a good opportunity for him to jam it in with his left.
Cristo comes off the bench.
Cristo's feeling it. He's like, hey, it's time for a hat trick.
He's got 2 goals, yep. And here's Walls up to Duduka, and that one blocked. Looks like Tugba may have taken one above the shoulders. Another shot no good from the other angle is wide as well. Tugba is shaken up, but he's doing his best to stay on his feet. Cristo with 25 seconds left on the advantage. On over to Briggs. Briggs back to Duduka. Tugba is just gutting it out. Here's Pepe walking it up. 13 seconds on the advantage. Flicks it back. Pepe with a touch over to the corner. That one out of bounds. Who's it go off of?
And now Tugba will go down.
And Tugba shaken up. I think Duduka struck that one and hit Tugba.
That's a teammate you want to have, Nick. He was clearly in pain, but he knew that he had to stay in there because there was no guarantee that.
I wonder if he had the wind knocked out of him.
But he still found a way to get up, right?
Yeah. And he gutted it out for the next minute and a half.
Because if he went on the ground, there was no guarantee the referees would stop play. And he is a physical specimen. You mentioned Omaha. Nick, you might recall that exhibition game against Omaha last summer where we'll take another look at this whammo solar plexus, right?
Yeah.
He ran a 5K in the morning, and then he played a full shift in an exhibition against Omaha, which Omaha came back and wound up beating the Comets that day. But he played a regular line after doing like a 23-minute 5K. Kind of waved at me when he ran past me on the course.
He's got a wrap already on around his maybe a rib cage, maybe a rib injury.
Yeah, he's in serious pain.
And if the ball struck that area, boy, that must smart. If you've ever had any kind of rib injury, you know how it can hurt to breathe. Imagine playing a game and getting hit with a ball going about 70 miles an hour.
And Duduka took a really good strike at that, too. That was on target.
And Togba is in serious discomfort right now. He's going to come off the field. And there is 6 seconds left of power play time. The Comets will have the ball.
St. Louis needs to be careful of Marks coming off the bench. You would expect Neto to just chuck it down the field in the direction of O'Dane Sinclair and then try to get Marks on as quickly as they can. Want to see a game live? Visit Sports Illustrated Tickets for the best tickets to see the MASL action in your favorite arenas.
So it's Sinclair, Gibson, Nacho, and Sosa on there. Marks is waiting at the door to come back onto the field once the 6 seconds of power play time goes off the clock. Neto throws it long, just as you predicted, Eric, down to Sinclair. And then into Paulo. Marks is back on. Comets have killed off the penalty. Score remains 6-3.
Rat Patrol did its job. They played it more of a diamond with somebody at the point, somebody in the pack. That's the way the Comets typically do it. St. Louis looked more like a box on their penalty kill. Teams do it different ways, just a little different philosophical approach to penalty kills.
Almost stripped the ball from Barry. Nacho is in there battling for it. It comes off. Now here's a chance by Guernsey, who shoots and a save made by Neto. If Guernsey had a little more pace on that ball, St. Louis may have had something.
He's going to want that back. He did not get a clean strike on it, but he made the right move to create space for himself. No problem in the end for Neto.
Neto up towards the half line. Sodal with a touch. Here's Big Mike Da Silva giving chase. Paulo's got it, unloads DeCrans. 10:40 left to play in the game. Comets lead by 3. Out of bounds off St. Louis.
App, card, wallet. Quintas has everything you need to manage your money your way. Visit Quintas.com today to learn more.
Kansas City looking for their 3rd win on the season. So is St. Louis. Comets will be back in action on Thursday of next week, taking on the Monterey Flash. And then these two teams will battle it out on New Year's Eve in St. Louis.
Look who scored, Ali Sodal. He earned that one. He's had quite a game. Regular shift. He's feeling it. Imagine his friends and coach, Manuel Viel in Omaha, are really happy to see that. He's had himself quite a game. We'll take a look. Look at the run he makes off the ball. Entry pass and went short corner on Paulo.
What a great pass by Sandovari, too. That was perfect.
So it went from Marks to Sandovari. Sandovari saw the run off the ball by Sodal. He earned that goal because he made that run, and it is 7-3 Kansas City.
Prior to last night, the Comets had not scored more than 4 goals in a game, and they put 7 on the board last night, and they've got 7 on the board tonight.
Shout out to Arbel 1963 who wrote goalkeeping and to get my attention in the chat. And how about Omaha Kings FC in the chat saying, yes, Ali, Omaha Kings FC watching tonight.
That's awesome. Greetings to all of you in Omaha.
Maybe the ownership may be rooting for Argentina tomorrow morning against France. Just a little bit of loyalty to Argentina there.
Ooh, Almeida with a good move. Still going forward. Oh, down to Caritas. Caritas leaves it for SK. Tees it up.
He's going to want that one back, too.
Yeah.
It's been that kind of night for the offense. Oh, a note for you from the doctor. The doctor wanted you to know that Brian Miller is doing the game in Harrisburg and Brian Martin did the game in Florida, so you're safe today, Nick.
Thank you, Doctor.
We expect to see them together before this season is over.
Ryan Sigich is going to schedule them together, I guarantee you, just because of me.
Yeah, I noticed that he did not use Brian Martin's name under review because I was just waiting for him to say Brian Miller, so that way I would never let him forget it. He just chose not to mention the referee who was involved in that call.
Ryan Sigich, the director of officiating for the MASL. Ambush with the ball, cross the half line, back to Pepe. They trail by 4. That one is left for Kirby. Now comes near side to Pepe again. Looking for Tony Walls on the far side. Comets get a couple of touches on it. Now a 50-50 ball battled for. Lalo is over there. Walls, now Caritas steps in. Crushing Greg Kranz is there. And is kicked away and held in by Pepe. Now Barry. Barry runs up on it, drives one in. Sosa gets a touch. Back to the feet at Barry. Barry able to get it over to Pepe, who moves to his right. Pepe shoots, and that one again is up and over the glass. Goalkeeper distribution coming up.
One free mobile service for life. Download the Quintus app today and use promo code MASL. We were concerned about the offense the last couple weeks. 2 games this weekend, 7 goals each game. That's 14 goals this weekend. More of what we would have expected coming into this season.
Paulo feeds SK. SK left it for Kranz.
Oh, here comes Paulo. You know, he wants it. Mm-hmm. We've seen him do this before, Nick.
From beyond the yellow line. That's his spot. Almeida to Cristo.
Saw El Sargento doing this for Chihuahua last night, too. No fear of coming up, and he's so good with his feet as Paulo is, too. It's a step away from doing 6 attacker when you really aren't sure you want to get there yet.
So basically, they've got a 6th attacker out there in Paulo. There's Paulo. So smart, so good with his feet. Gibson able to clear it away. Up to Marks.
He's going to be pretty happy with himself. Got a goal in his return back. Been strong on the ball. Probably would give back the 2-minute penalty that he got, but all in all, solid debut in this 22-23 season. The target, Rion Marks.
Eric Pereira coming up with Paulo. Paulo across the half line. 7 minutes to play in the game. Comets lead by 4. To Duca. Back to Paulo. Paulo goes field wide east-west. Now into Cristo. Back to Cristo. Shot
what a
save.
And he saw that late, too.
By Neto.
They're going to say it was a save out of bounds rather than possessed out of bounds. But this is going to be the media timeout.
And it is. So let us take a break. Comets increase their lead 7-3 over the St. Louis Ambush. Thanks for watching the MASL on 38 The Spot.
Domino's delivery vehicles are going electric. With over 100 EVs on the road today and hundreds more to come, it's good for
Select Physical Therapy is focused on patient safety now more than ever before. Select's centers remain open and offer a safe environment for you to receive physical therapy services. You don't need a doctor's referral to begin care and start feeling better today. Select Physical Therapy also offers telerehab, so you can easily connect with a licensed therapist through web-based technology that is HIPAA compliant, right from the comfort of your home. Visit selectphysicaltherapy.com to schedule an appointment. Select Physical Therapy, the power of physical therapy.
I'm attorney Mike DePasquale. This is Kansas City. This is my town. I started a personal injury law firm here because I wanted to help people here. And that's what my team and I do every single day. If you're hurt in Kansas City, I've got this.
Big thanks from Nick, myself, and the entire crew here to everybody watching on 38 The Spot in Kansas City, and those of you that have joined us today in Twitch. Those of you in the chat, make sure you subscribe today for exclusive MASL content. We were on MASL Soccer 1. I guess it's MASL Soccer. It doesn't need a number after it, but
gotcha.
Instead of 2 or 3, we were on the main channel tonight. Glad that we were there.
Exposing our game to new viewers.
Good crowd watching so far, or right now on Twitch.
6:43 left in the game. Can St. Louis make a comeback like the Comets did last night in Milwaukee? 6:35. They better get going. They're down by 4, and here come the ambush.
I'll be giving that ball to 17 just like that.
Togba comes out. He knows that Paulo can score from there. Good to see Togba back in there after taking one right off the solar plexus.
6 attacker defense mode for the Comets. Basically treating Paulo like the 6 attacker.
Walls to Paulo. Back to Tony. Walls from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. Down to the corner to Eske. Now Walls got a little bit of space on a lane. He drives it wide. Duduka with the rebound. Then to Cristo.
Good foot save.
Oh, what a save by Neto.
What did they say? Kick save and a beauty?
That came in low and had some heat on it.
He's had a strong game. I mean, both goalkeepers had. We previewed them at the beginning. They've both been strong. And you might say, oh, but they've given up 10 goals. Well, a lot of good goals tonight for both teams.
Here's Cristo. Turns and faces. Comet player down. It's William Eske with a drive. No good. Ball loose out
Foul's
in front.
Going to be no call.
No call. Leo Gibson up with the ball. He tries to chip.
And Neto is wanting a dive. Both teams are wanting. The yellow flag is out, but the game hadn't stopped yet. And Ron Corey's like, hold this. Nate Herron, public address announcer. We have a lot going on there. The game hadn't stopped, and so theoretically, they should have gotten to a stop before a flag was dropped. Jeff Locker absolutely thought that was a penalty in the box.
There's Jeff Locker.
Drew Klump getting out the video for Ron Corey. They're going to take a look at this.
Let's see if we can watch along too, see what they might be looking at.
So Eske misses right
there,
and Nacho. Now St. Louis fans are going to say that was a push. Kansas City fans are going to say no way. We'll see what Ron Corey says, because ultimately he's the only one that counts, and he's going to pull out a card on Nacho. It's going to be a yellow card, and Nacho's going to spend 5 quality minutes in the box. Oh no, dive. Are they going to get Walls for a dive?
After review, embellishment warning, St. Louis.
So this is just an embellishment warning.
Okay.
The universal symbol for a dive made by Ron Corey. I don't know if that's an official MASL symbol. Neto was calling for a dive, and it's a warning. I'm not sure. So he pulled out a yellow card, but
no yellow card.
No yellow card, right?
He didn't book him. So
nope.
So Walls will remain in the game. And St. Louis will have the ball. And we are back underway. Clock rolling. Coming up on 5 minutes to play, and the Comets lead by 4.
St. Louis fans not happy with Neto. St. Louis fans aren't happy with Neto. Milwaukee fans aren't happy with Neto. Kansas City fans aren't happy with Ellis. Kansas City fans aren't happy with Huffman. It's just a lot of love going on here in what used to be the Central Division of the MASL.
Left side for Pepe, drives one in there.
All I can say is we were happy to have Lex St. Louis in the box with us, so there you go.
All the way back to Paulo. 4.5 to play in the game. Cristo back to Duduka.
And St. Louis fans, you're going to have an opportunity to see Neto here on the 31st, 2 weeks from tonight. It'll be an afternoon game at the Family Arena.
Here's Gibson. Gibson thought about it. Gibson will hold the ball. He draws a crowd on the boards. Leo able to get it back to Sosa. Sosa over to Nacho. Into Palmer. Palmer back to Neto. Comets doing a good job playing keep away. Into Sodal. Ali with a goal, kicked it out of bounds. That'll go back to St. Louis with 3:48 to play.
Sounds like it'll be a good group from Kansas City heading down I-70 for that 3 p.m. kickoff at the Family Arena.
Yeah.
Now, I wasn't going to go to the watch party, and then I decided at the last minute to go to the watch party. I'm not planning on going to the Family Arena, but that morning I could change my mind and show up. I don't know yet.
I was giving it a thought, too. Here's a quick shot by Cristo looking for a hat trick. Saved by Neto. That one ends up in the referee's crease.
So the Comets play 2 nights before here against Monterey. That'll be a battle. And then they come back. Timeout, John Sosa. They come back here on January 7th for a non-sanctioned observance we're going to do that night. I'm not sure what it is, but you know whose birthday is January 7th?
Whose?
Kenny Loggett's 75th birthday.
So here we go.
I'm not sure what we're going to do, but the professor made sure I knew that Kenny Loggett's birthday. We need to get like multiple penalties or something, and the Rat Patrol can pay tribute to him by killing them off.
Tacoma's going to be in town on that day, January 7th, 6 o'clock game. That's a Saturday. And then after that, the Comets are going to play their lone game against the Sockers, and it'll be out there on the West Coast on Sunday, January 15th at 7:05. Any thoughts about you maybe going out to San Diego for that game?
I am going out to San Diego for that game. So what do they call it? The Grand Ole Arena. Every time I've been to a Sockers game there, they've always won. So either whether I've gone supporting my team or as a neutral observer. So I'm hoping that one time in my life, because they're moving to the new arena they're building up in Oceanside, I would like for once to see my team win. But I will definitely be there. Looking forward to meeting up with some Sockers fans, and it's going to be a good time.
Awesome.
We even have Milwaukee fans saying good things about Neto. Kelsey Marsh in the chat saying Neto had a good game last night. Wow. Anything's possible.
Is that real? Is that real? Really?
Dogs and cats are going to love each other. Isn't that a line from Ghostbusters?
Yeah,
yep,
I think so.
Is, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yep.
You can get it. Season ticket holders can enter.
For St. Louis, they've got a pretty friendly schedule over the next couple of weeks. Of course, we just talked about Saturday on New Year's Eve against Kansas City at 3:05. That's the 31st, of course. And then on January 7th, they'll be at home to take on Milwaukee.
Big game.
And then Sunday, January 15th, out to UCFC at the Odd to play a Sunday game, 1 o'clock.
On the blue turf.
On the blue turf. And then Friday, another game against Kansas City on the 20th before traveling down to Mexico to take on the Chihuahua Savage on January 27th.
A lot happening in the MASL as we wrap up 2022 and kick off 2023.
Here's a ball knocked out of bounds by St. Louis. Comets are going to get it back.
Yeah. So the other thing that's true about me in St. Louis has been a long time since I've been there when Kansas City has won. More times than often when I go, Kansas City loses. Not that I have anything to do with it, Nick.
Sosa runs up on it.
What a save.
What a save by Paulo. Sosa almost got number 2. Now Gibson drives one in there. And then he's tripped up by Kranz trying to get back up on the ground. Eske leaves it for Kirby over to Barry.
Look how fast Togba got back. We saw that last night. with
an athlete.
chasing Ian Bennett down from behind, and Marcel Berry is also fleet of foot.
Comets put 3 men in the wall, right at the top of the arc. It is Tony Walls. Fakes to his left, plays it to his left.
Another
Christo
kick
shoots.
save, right?
Great save by Neto once again.
He's out of game.
3 minutes left, 3 minutes left. Lucas Souza. Back to Sosa. Oh, and then breakaway by Almeida. Moves to his right. Can Almeida turn and fire? Off the boards it goes. And the Comets are there. They get back 4 players. Kick it towards the half line, and it's held in by Pepe. Here comes Paulo up as the 6th attacker. Comets ahead by 4. Here's Paulo with a long drive, and that one's saved by Neto. That one got all the way through.
MASL moderator is saying, I need to tell about the party that Power and Light was during the World Cup games. I was there for a couple of the games. The U.S.-Netherlands game, it was 20 degrees outside. It was cold. It was loud. There were so many people there. We're so excited about soccer in this city, excited about the World Cup coming to Kansas City in 2026. We didn't have it in 1994, and excited to have a brand new women's soccer stadium. In downtown, right next to the Missouri River, that will be open in 24.
Ideal location.
Yeah,
ideal.
It's gonna be great. Oh, so I need suggestions.
So I've got Nacho, 2 goals.
Yeah, so that's where I was going.
He's got the game winner.
I think Nacho may be it.
Yeah.
You know, Rion Marks first game back, but Nacho right now,
I think he's the guy.
might be the guy.
Yeah.
Good turn there by Sinclair.
You could also make an argument for John Sosa. He's got a goal and an assist to continue his good play.
Togba had another strong game.
Very strong from James Togba, scoring 5 straight goals in as many games.
I could just torment some people in the chat and interview Neto and just see what kind of reaction I get. That's a possibility, too.
That would be so you.
That would be totally me. The question, hey, Neto, what do you want to say for fans still watching on Twitch?
Winding down here, Comets in control, lead by 4. Eske off the boards, up front to Christo, and he finds his hat trick. Christo with his 3rd on the night. It is 7-4.
We talked about him the first game here, and that this could be his year. Yahic, unfortunately, Yahic isn't here, but Christo's had himself quite the game. Look at Paulo. Good ball control, good ball movement, gets the ball back. It's like, okay, who am I going to find? Daduka, nice to SK. Walla, Scora. For those of you watching on 38 The Spot, new Twitch fans, a Walla Scora is a goal that's scored off a wall pass. So the ball has to hit the wall first, just like that, and then you Scora. Expect to see that highlight probably tomorrow morning. Follow Walla Scora on social media at WALLASCORA. Actually managed in the home of the ambush, St. Charles, Missouri.
That's exactly right.
All right, I probably need to head downstairs.
All right.
Assuming that there's not a massive comeback, I'll see if I can find Nacho.
All right, sounds good, Eric.
I'll see you, partner.
Yep, we'll chat with you down there on the blue turf. Final minute coming up here. 1 minute and 13 seconds left to play in the game. Neto's got it. Neto will hold on to it, and then he'll throw it long for Togba. James Togba chases it down into the corner.
1 minute remaining in the 4th.
And 1 minute officially remaining in the quarter. Comets will try to play keep away for as long as they can. A foul called. That's going to go against James Togba. 52 seconds left officially. Comets going to pick up their 3rd win of the season. They'll get the 3 points. St. Louis will drop to 2 and 3. 41 seconds left in the game. Paulo called for the foul there. Sosa kicked it right to St. Louis. Christo turns, he fires. That one up and over the goal. Goalkeeper distribution coming up for Neto here with 36 seconds left to play. Comets will have a day off tomorrow. Get back to training on Monday in preparation of the Monterey Flash. We'll be heading into town on Thursday. 30 seconds left. Pepe looking for Christo. Togba. And a foul called on Togba again. St. Louis bench is yelling for the officials and a card. That's Togba's third foul in the half. Here's Togba. He gets by Paulo. He shoots at the length of the field. Eske back there giving chase. 4 seconds left. And that's how the game will end. The horn sounds, and it is a final. It is a final. Kansas City 7, St. Louis 4. Comets take the lead in the season series, 2-1. Comets improve their record to 3-2-1. St. Louis falls to 2-3. We're going to get a chance, hopefully, to talk to our man of the match. That would be Nacho Flores, who scored 2 goals tonight. Also had the game winner in the second quarter. Comets in this game really got it to a terrific start, leading 4-0 at halftime, and the defense shut out St. Louis. And the third quarter, there were a lot of fireworks. There were 5 goals scored. Christo and Eske brought the ambush back to within 2 before the Comets scored again to make it 5-2. Christo again with his second goal to make it 5-3, and then Marks and Sodal pretty much put it out of place to make it 7-3 before Christo finishes up with his hat trick to make the final score 7-4. But Nacho Flores with 2 first-half goals to give the Comets an early lead. He is heading over to talk to Eric. Let's see here. Got him over at the bench. Somebody tell Nacho to go over and talk to Eric. Here he comes. All right, here he comes. All right, let's head down to the field and let's talk to Eric Bergrud, who has our man of the match, Nacho Flores. Eric?
Lined up for a post-game interview. We'll turn it over to Eric Bergrud from our broadcast crew.
Okay, Comets fans, your player of the game, number 23, Nacho. 2 goals tonight. Let's go back to last night in Milwaukee. You got down early, but you battled back and you battled back. What did you, as a team, take from last night's second half comeback that brought you into today's game?
It's the frustration that we had last night. We knew we had it after 6-1. We came back and unfortunately we lost the last 30 seconds. That gave us the strength to come today and fought. We knew we were going to have our people coming and supporting us, so that also gave us the strength to keep fighting.
Let's talk a little bit before we talk about your goals. How about the defense? I was talking to Stefan Stokic at halftime when it was 4-0. So many people diving in, blocking shots. We saw Togba go down there in the second half. What did you do as a team? What was your attitude coming in against the ambush?
We know defense is one of the most important part of these games, and we take pride of it. We practice it, we fight, and we never give up, and that's something that I really like about this team.
Well, and you fell to 2 on offense, 2 goals, top shelf 2. What was working for you tonight on offense?
I don't really score many goals, but today I feel like it's my first son's game today. He's here. Santino, it's for you and for my whole family that is also here. My wife, my brothers, my whole family. This is for my son, especially, and for my family here and back home.
Anything you want to say to the Comets fans watching here at Cable Dome Arena? Big game coming up against Monterey here in a couple weeks.
It's going to be a great game. We know they're going to come and support us like every single game.
Thank you, Nacho. Your man of the game, Nacho!
Back to you, Nick.
All right. Thanks a lot, Eric. Thank you, Nacho. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll wrap it up here from Cable Dome Arena. Comets winners, 7-4.
we're going to give you the price of admission off of the zero pillow that's going to fit you.
I love that.
So just bring your ticket in, or your digital ticket, your paper ticket, whatever you got. When you go to the game, you can come in and we'll take the price of going to the game off of the pillow that fits. And these girls know the pillows are so good.
The official sleep specialist. The official sleep specialist of the St. Louis Ambush. And show us your shirt, Pat. Sleep rules, baby. Sleep rules.
This is your home field. This is your playbook. This is your locker room speech. This is your end zone dance. And with unbelievable resources that serve our community beyond banking, this is your biggest fan. Community America Credit Union. Believe in unbelievable.
Comets score 7 goals, and they hold off the ambush to take the victory. 7-4. The Comets lead the season series 2-1, and they are above 500 once again with a record of 3-2-1. St. Louis falls to 2-3. Another I-70 rival match is in the books with the Comets leading the season series. Pretty much what we would expect, right?
Pretty much. Few surprises. Santa Claus showed up, got into the game, but exactly what we expected. Comets have a tough game against Monterey, and they absolutely need to start winning on the road if they want to move up in the Eastern Conference standings.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, lots of thanks here to our Cable Dahmer crew, led by Brad Zimmerman, Paul Stokes, Chris Wright, and all of our camera operators, Ben, Wyatt, Drew, Steve. Thank you guys so much, and thanks to you fans for watching the MASL here on 38 The Spot and Twitch. I'm Nick Vassos, and for my broadcast partner, Eric Bergrud, good night from Cable Dahmer Arena, and we'll chat with you again on Thursday night.